30 seconds.
Yeah, it's still not showing live yet. At least not on my end. It's not.
It varies so much from time to time.
I know.
All right, now it's showing live on my end.
And I just got the notification.
It's still not. Still got that picture on mine.
So did you notice that they finally updated the no like button, Jim, and they did that whole new design on YouTube now?
I told you.
Yeah, everybody was saying not till January, but they did it. Yes, like 2 days ago.
I said in the Facebook group, shit, that was a while ago. I said that it was coming.
Right, but everybody was saying they weren't going to put it through till January, but they ended up doing it like a day or two ago.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's do this right. Good evening, Jody. Drone Shots. Andrew Silverfox. Jack Rabbit, I saw you over on Lone Star. You did a nice live. Who else we got? Let me go down. Artco Drone Supply. Andrew, I said Silverfox, right?
Yeah.
Justin is Drone 863, as you guys know. Ari, Remote Pilots Australia. Jody, Drone Shot. Yeah, I said him. Okay. Yeah. There's Ed's political channel. It's my buddy Ed. Ed, did you get the email? I don't know. Let me see.
Oh, Ed, if you're commenting on my videos, try to do it through your Ed's political channel, because then I actually get your comments.
Because he blocked all your other ones.
Yeah, on his other channel, though, his regular channel, every time he comments, I don't get them. I can see him in YouTube Studio, but then they disappear.
Gotta love YouTube.
YouTube has been acting so weird. I don't know how it's possible.
Thanks, Tim. Sorry.
That's who I was. Hey, there's Lone Star. I got to make him put the paste in there. I want him to jump on because I was on his live stream and he's got a Central Texas. Hit add moderator. Okay.
Apparently Art is in the green room, he says.
Oh, Jim, did you see that StreamYard did an update? Now you can actually assign a co-host.
I saw that, and along with Teams, they added a $10 level. I got the email. Let's see, where the hell is that email? I don't know if well, even if I deleted it, it would still be in my Gmail delete, right?
It should be, unless you emptied your trash can. Because usually your trash can empties like every 30 to 60 days, unless you do it automatically. So it should still be in your trash.
Shit. I just closed down channels I didn't want to close down.
Michael McReynolds, hey, what's up? Oh, Chris Sunrise Media.
Hey, Chris. Mike.
Ed went back to his regular channel. Love my drones. What's up?
Oh, okay. Okay. There he is. There you are.
Howdy.
How's it going?
I had a page open with your.
Howdy.
There it is.
Hold on.
Texas Drone Meetup. I got to do share. All right, now this is on Facebook.
Yep.
Do you guys do this often?
I usually do it once a month.
Oh, wow.
Now with the holidays, we're going to take a little break. Because I do it like on the third weekend of the month. And that's just too close to Christmas. And then January, it's going to be too cold.
You know something? What you were covering over on your live stream, which I told the guys we just kind of left. Let me see here. I had put that out about that mic. We're talking about the DJI microphone that's getting no press whatsoever. Oh, by the way, this is the list of their DJI's end of life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Matrice 600 on there too.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what is the end of service? Does that mean that they're just not supporting it no more?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
No parts. No service. Yeah, that surprised me, Jim. The Matrice 600 went out without a replacement. I mean, all there is the 300 now.
Widely used drone.
Well, I like the 300, but I have to sort of laugh. I mean, it is a quad. They say, oh, yes, you can, what is it? You can avoid people on the ground in the event of an engine failure, but of course there will be damage to drone and payload. In other words, you can have a controlled crash. I think I'd rather have a hexacopter, thanks.
Well, what happened was, that's back on the mic. I wanted to show, they tried to do drone deliveries with it, and it can't do it. It was hitting return to home because the cameras are made for a certain amount of weight and the motors overspin, right? We know that. Remember the Inspire ones, because the original X5 camera was 900 grams. Freaking heavy.
2 pounds, yeah.
Yeah. And you're going to go put this box. It's a box that slides on that we've seen before. We've all seen it. Yeah, here.
Yep.
This is from, we don't need the audio. How do I get rid of it on my end? There. Drone base. And I've seen these similar boxes that almost look like an egg shape in the front. And they're throwing the center of gravity off so much that the drone, instead of stopping, it's returning to home. This is the M300.
Yeah.
With the TB60 batteries. Look at the size of those batteries.
$1,200 each Australian.
Yep. Batteries he's talking about.
Yeah, just the battery.
My TB55s went down to $760 per battery.
Yeah, and that's going to make it very interesting to transport your drone, because I always thought that the M600s had 6 batteries for logistical reasons, and they do, but not for the reasons I thought. The reason they have 6 batteries is because they're all under 100 watt hours, and you can carry them on an airliner because that's the cutoff point for most airlines. I don't know how you're going to transport the battery on your M300.
I can't do it on mine, on the TB55s.
Yeah.
Well, that's another idea that went down the tubes. So that's their problem with that. That's returning to home. I don't know if you guys know anybody. Any of you know Phillip Bloom? He's pretty big on YouTube, and he's got professional photographer. But I don't want to play his whole video on the Mavic 3.
I know who you mean. Yep.
Okay. And he's it's getting so much diverse. If you read, anything you read says, oh, it's a great drone, this and that and the other thing. But he's got a lot of problems with it. I'm not going to play his video because I'll get a copyright strike.
Is that the guy he was allowed to assess them by DJI? He did some of the DJI publicity stuff for them on the Mavic 3.
I'm sure, but this is actually, well, yeah, you must be right, because this
he broke 3 of them.
This is the Cine drone.
Yeah,
apparently the Cine has some issues because
Right.
Bobo's got that horizon tilt going on.
Yeah, and there's more than that. There's some issues apparently. I read deeply in the various developer forums. I'm a member of DJI developer forums. They've had some issues apparently with IMU communication to the Smart Controller Pro. There's been about 8 or 10 that I know of reported instances of the M3 just taking off from hover and going sideways at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You've had to switch them to sport mode to recover them and this sort of thing. I'm going to buy a new drone probably around the end of the year. I've narrowed my shortlist down to 3, but the Mavic 3 is not one of them.
No, it won't be for me either. But I just, I can't get over the idea of a micro 4/3 and you can't change a lens. It's such a waste of an opportunity. But this is his part 1. He said there's a part 2 coming because he's got so much to talk about. Just wanted to jump on 2 things that Kai was talking about. What was it? The Cadex Nebula?
There's a Cadex Nebula Pro Nano.
Well, I don't even see that listed. I see the Vista kit.
You go on cadexfpv.com. None of the resellers have it yet. It's only advertised on cadexfpv.com.
Okay. And there's us. Stop that. All right. Tim Jackson and I were talking for a long time after last week's stream. Hey, John, Carol, Mr. JRC's. Is there? I got hit, and then I didn't know it. All of a sudden, I got a message from my bank. Is this you buying crypto.com? And I said, no. By the way, it's 57 degrees in Florida. That's why I'm wearing a jacket.
Feels good outside.
So all the things were pending, and I couldn't stop this person from buying until they were done, because the bank said they don't know what when you buy gas, when you put your card in and out, it takes $1 out of your bank account, and it has to wait for it to fully process. So instead of it being $1,500, I actually got hit for $2,049. That's what we were talking about when we first started the show. And I was talking with Tim about it. Tim Jackson. He was telling me that this money goes into a crypto wallet, so it's traceable.
Usually. So, Tim, how did it feel getting an extra $2.5 grand in crypto, mate?
Bill got his new die cut.
Man,
stickers.
the myth, the legend.
Bill, what I was talking about is when they say 3, and Kai too, when they say 3x3, is it 3 inches wide and 3 inches high, or?
Yeah.
Because I've got this, mine looks like a little rocket. So should I get it? What size should I get? 3x4?
It all depends on who you're using. I mean, easiest is to send, whoever you're talking to, send them your file, and they can tell you what you need to do.
We were talking about 2 companies. What's the one you were using?
RockinMonkey.
Rockin.
Yeah, Rockin.
Not Rockin.
RockinMonkey.
RockinMonkey. And Bill uses die cut.
I'll just use Sticker Mule because they had a deal. If you're a first-time customer, they gave me it was 10 stickers that normally cost $20. They gave me 10 stickers for $1, and then they threw in 2 extra stickers, so I got 12 stickers for $1. And then the thing about it is if you order in bulk, they give you a better deal. Like you can get them as low as like 99 cents, I think, if you order like 100.
Because I wasn't.
Hey, Jim,
Wow.
did you get your stickers yet?
No, I did that. No, I love that. There's a new thing here. When you go to hit share, it says slides.
Yeah, they've added a couple of things here recently.
Slides and then video file. Wow.
Yeah, you can set up like presentations like you would do in Windows or something, and then why do I keep going up? And then you can actually just upload them straight to StreamYard and run them like a presentation.
So
like if you had a PowerPoint presentation, you could actually upload it to StreamYard and run it the same way. Supposedly.
I like that word. That's a big word, supposedly.
Yeah. Mr. JRC said Chris Sunrise Media told me he wants a rematch with Lone Star.
Here's the Rockin' Monkey.
Here you can quantity. Let's see, go 50. 2x2 is $29. Here's your off 2x4, 2x3. So you can have different shapes.
Right.
They got
That's
3
what
by
I
what's a
wanna
3
do.
by 3?
3x3 is $47 for 50.
That's a good deal. I will, because I already put them.
The sweet spot is 150 was those.
Well, as
It's
soon as you put that,
72.
I went and checked, and as soon as you did that, I put it, added it to my favorites so that I can go back and I guess Sticker Mule's going. I'm gonna find out if they'll give me a good, if they give me the same kind of quality.
Mike Night Train, what's up?
Chris, Sunrise Water Media. Did I say hello to him? I don't think so.
Kai's already
Yeah,
started
you
giving
did.
him hell, so kinda. He wants a rematch. Remember?
Rematch for what?
I don't know. What was the rematch for?
This was your chat. What was Chuck talking about? If you put in holiday 15, you could get a discount.
I have no idea. Chuck, I think Chuck knew that one.
And here's your
Jim's
Nano
joining.
kit.
Later, Tim.
There you go. There's the new Nano. Tim's got to jump out.
Yeah, he said he's got to go back to work. Where was this new
Oh.
mic you were talking about?
Take care, Tim. Don't work too hard, buddy. They're not paying you enough for that.
Yeah, the DJI mic. I'll show it in a second. He's showing his.
So
Where
what's
is
the
it?
mic
There's
for?
there's the Nano. There's a full kit and just the camera itself.
There it goes again. My Elgato's acting weird. It's like adjusting the mic on its own.
Yeah, I hear it.
It might be
Bastard.
auto.
Go back down. Sorry, wasn't cussing anybody in particular, just a microphone.
That sounded weird. Is it working?
It could be the auto adjust setting in StreamYard too.
Ah.
Try turning that off.
Ah.
Hey, have you heard any more on that Hubsan Ace Pro Plus?
What's there's the 4 3/4. What's it called? The Nighthawk. Yeah, and they
Yeah,
got a
the-
new one. It's called the Nighthawk.
The Air 2S killer.
It's a micro. It's actually a micro of 4/3. It's
Seriously?
Ron posted something
Maybe,
for it.
maybe if you collide midair, it might take the Air 2S up. But that's the only way that's going to happen.
Always attracted to curtains.
Oh my God!
Well, it wouldn't hit it dead on anyway because it would be looking at it at a tilt. So
As far as I'm concerned, this is a happen-free zone.
Oh, okay. Okay,
That-
we're not discussing Hubsan. Huh?
No, when I tried drone worship stands, that thing, if you put it straight forward, it went off to the left.
Well, I'm not going to say anything bad about Hubsan, and I can't say anything good about Hubsan. So
I don't own a Hubsan.
I don't either, but
Well,
All these people are-
the Ace Pro
Florida.
Plus was supposed to be a 1-inch sensor.
Yeah, so it's a Mavic Air they stuck a bigger camera on it.
Is that what they're going after?
Well, that's what the chassis looks like, a Mavic Air, the original Mavic Air. That's the chassis looks very similar to that to me, anyway. The Ace Pro Plus.
Okay, so it was October 30th that I put this out in the Facebook group. Let's go on this. And
Sorry.
this is the DJI mic set, which is supposed to be like the Rode.
Billy said it's great.
So what's it supposed to go with? The action or anything?
Anything.
Okay.
But what we were talking about is how pissed off I am with DJI and their batteries. They want to end of life a drone like they did with the Mavic Pro now. Supposedly they stopped. You can't get batteries for the Mavic Pro. now.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is, when you're talking about, like, if you're talking about if they discontinued them for the original Mavic Air or something, that'd be bad enough. But, you know, they're doing it for commercial level drones, you know, stuff that costs people 20, 30 grand. And, yep, no more batteries. Go buy a new one. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
That's what I'm saying. They're forcing you into a new purchase of a new drone.
Yeah, and they basically discontinued the great majority of their commercial line. And it's now, you know, if you want an M300, you're okay. But otherwise, bad luck.
Well, then, that's what's making me sick and tired of it, of DJI, period.
I'm thinking of buying a 600 Pro because you can buy them out here at the moment on run out for about $8,000 brand new, which in our dollars that's not bad buying.
I can't find. I'm trying to find that thing about that damn drone.
Ari, I keep looking at Foxtech, which is, yes, it's Chinese, but they've got a Gaia 100, which the arms plug in. So it instead of folding, they just simply plug in.
Yep. Look, the thing, I'm going to buy one in the next month or so, and my three contenders are an M600 Pro, a Phantom 4 with the RTK, or maybe even a Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual for the thermal ability. But I've been talking to my employers and so forth, and finding out what would be most useful in their job case and that sort of stuff. I'll make a decision next month.
Well, the Mavic. No, the Matrice 600 is a workhorse because you can put any damn camera you want under
Exactly.
it.
You can just stick an X5 underneath it and you get nearly 45 minutes duration. Or you can put, dual cameras, a thermal, and something else, and still get 30 minutes. And I think even though it's approaching obsolescence, there's still quite a few years life in it yet.
It look at the S1000 that they came out with before the M600, before any Matrices.
Yep. Still being used.
Still being used. And that was a great frame. It's still, I think you could still buy it actually from DJI. Anyway, this is a 70-minute charging time, 5-hour operating time. And this goes up against the Rode Wireless 1, do they call it? ONE 1?
The wireless
Go.
Go 2.
The Go 2.
Roads are always popular here because, they're made here, so that the price is reasonable here in Australia, unlike paying the down under tax for everything else. But you've got to love DJI, they want a finger in every pie.
See, now, DJI wants $399.
Yeah, but what you comparing apples to oranges, that is one mic.
Why are they showing two?
Mics. One is the receiver, one is the mic.
Oh, dumbass.
Go up there, top left.
Yeah.
There's the wireless Go 2 wireless microphone.
The receiver.
Doesn't the DJI system have two?
Yeah.
So it's $299, and I think there was $329,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, $329. This is on Adorama, and I know
Right, but look. The difference is look at the display on the unit. You can actually control everything there. There's a lot of stuff that's more controllable on the DJI mics than are on the Rode, and you can control it right there.
What's the battery? That's all I care about anymore.
Okay, another thing too is if you look at the DJI unit, it's got a portable charging unit where the Rode doesn't. That unit that right there's a portable charging unit. It's a battery inside of batteries.
You know what that is? That's just like these things here. Can I do this? Yes, I can. These are the earbuds for the Sony.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you pop them out, and this is a 3-hour charging. 3 times you can charge these earbuds up.
Yeah, so the cool thing is like all those advantages come with the new DJI system. So what you're $30 less, but you're getting all those updated advantages. Somebody put out a video like, I don't know, 2-3 days ago. Just like, did you see?
That's what Kai was talking about. Where are the review videos?
There's 2 videos out right now. Potato Jet has one, and I forget who had the other. Was it Billy Cow?
I don't think it was Potato Jet that I watched, but it was somebody else. And also, did you see the Air 2S comparative to the Mavic 3, showing the field of view difference and everything? I was like, because it's like 84 for the Mavic 3 and it's
84 degrees.
88 for the Air 2S.
Oh my God.
The Air 2S is probably the best bang for your buck drone on the market right now. Unless you are a professional, cinematographer or something like that, If I didn't have Mavic 2 Pro and Phantom 4 and all those, I'd buy an Air 2S. I just can't justify it. But if anybody, when people come to me and say I'm thinking of getting into drones, what do I start with? I always say Air 2S. That's it. A Mini if you can't afford it, Mini 2, but otherwise Air 2S.
I saw that Mini SE. I was talking to Mike Kenny on the phone the other day, and we were trying to figure out what the hell drone it was. The Mini SE is $299 right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I mean,
always been $299.
Oh, it has? I thought they got a deal going on now from November 25th to January 1st. DJI has some kind of...
that's not a bad drone for somebody to start off with that doesn't want to spend a ton of money.
The only thing that puts me off
it's forever you was the 250 gram limit too, so Europe is all over that thing.
The only thing that puts me off it, I hated the Mini 1 with a passion. I've got a Mini 2 when it's not out on loan to Matt.
Yeah.
The thing is, I live in a very high RF polluted area, and I work in a lot of RF polluted areas. And I've had trouble with the spark and the original air. That worries me. The Mini 2 with the Ocusync, that's what gives me the confidence to use it. And I'm pretty sure that the Mini SE has got enhanced Wi-Fi. It's not an Ocusync.
It's Wi-Fi.
This is what I don't understand, Ari. You see this? Where is this? This antenna here?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yep.
I don't know if people can see it. All right, but anyway, the point is that this runs off of. This is a RTK, real-time kinematics, that does your exact position, longitude, and latitude. This is 900 megahertz. The new one that DJI has on, let's say, if you get the M300 RTK kit, is 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz. Well, that bounces off of reflective buildings and all that.
If you're active, like I mentioned before, I'm looking at 3 drones and I've researched them all, and the Phantom 4 RTK is amongst them, because the company I do most of my work for is a geotechnical company. But if you do your research, a lot of people are ditching RTK and going to PPK for exactly that reason, Jim, because they're losing connection with the ground station, and it takes a long time to reestablish it, and that makes the whole flight, all the data, absolutely useless.
And
so
the drone will stop.
Yeah, so a lot of people are using PPK, which is post-production kinesis, and they'll fly the whole thing and then merge the data afterwards. But it doesn't require a real-time connection to the base station.
So Jay McCulley, who he's been on here, he was at the Florida Drone Meet. He's a high-end photographer, him and his wife. He just got approval letter to fly in the Bahamas. Now that is cool.
Yep.
How do
you can get some amazing shots there?
Who do you contact in the Bahavian government?
I bet you it was quite a runaround. Last year, a bit over a year ago, when I flew up on the Barrier Reef, I had to get permission from 3 separate marine parks and the state government and the local council, which, in all fairness, I got, but it took a while. But same. I should imagine that flying on the reef would be very similar to flying in the Bahamas. A little bit nervous, 51 miles out to sea, nautical miles out to sea, flying around coral atolls. But by God, it was fun.
What you got there in that link, Bill?
That's the 2 microphone comparisons.
Oh, okay. Where is? Okay, trying to bring it up on here because you didn't bring it up like you brought up the other one. Okay. Oh, can we play Stewart and Alina's video?
I have no earthly clue, but I was just letting you see what the hell I was talking about.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna play it, and because
I don't think there's any music in it.
Oh.
You go on, Jim. Play it. You haven't had a copyright strike this week.
It's not even about the music. Some people will copyright you just for using their video.
This guy, what is his? He does filmmaking, but what is their gig?
I just know that he compared the two, and he was talking about the advantage. There's a lot more advantages to the DJI, just simply because it's newer.
His regular show is something else.
Wasn't he the one that did the video on why everybody hates the Mavic 3? He had Billy Kyle and a bunch of people.
No, that was what was his name? Air something. It was
Air photography.
Comparison.
It wasn't Sean, I don't
microphone
think.
system and the Rode Wireless Go 2. We're going to dig deep, tons of detail, no time to waste. So let's get stuck in.
He has his own how to film channel, YouTube
Obviously,
channel.
Scottish.
Shadow here, pleasure to talk to you as always. As you can see, I'm recording on the Rode Wireless Go 2 and the new DJI microphone. These are the transmitters, and both of them record internally, backup tracks if you like, or just can be used as external sound recorders without the receiver system. We have omnidirectional microphones in both of them, and internal memory and internal battery. So we're using them in this field recorder state. I'm not taking it through a camera
So we're hearing both because he's pointing at the DJI and the Rode in the background. I'm not hearing a difference.
preamp or a sound recorder or through a phone or anything like that. We just want a clear comparison of the two systems here without any third
See that
party
in the
gear
lower left?
muddying the waters. And to jump ahead, both of them sound absolutely fantastic. So in terms of audio quality, you're going to be very happy with either of these systems. This video is broken into 3 sections. In the first section, we're going to look at some features that are unique to the DJI system. It is a newer product, and as a consequence, there's some functionality in there that the Rode Wireless Go 2 simply doesn't have, so we can't really compare it. In the second section, we're going to make a comparison of all the things that can be compared. And in the third section, we're going to look at some tests to see how these microphones perform in different scenarios. There are
How much do we care?
Not how long does this run? Not 30 minutes.
But he just he just explains to you like the battery pack where you can charge on the go, where you won't have to worry about the mics going down on you, shit like that. And he's talking about the control panel like you actually have on the receiver of the DJI unit, where you can change things right there. You have to plug in a USB port or anything like that.
I saw that USB-C that slides right out.
Accessible, like they're the things that you would have to plug in and change on the road, you could just change on the DJI app. But like he says, it's simply because it's newer and it's things that people were asking for on the road. So DJI threw it into theirs real fast.
Right. So the DJI was $329 and $299 for the Go 2, the Rode Wireless 2.
Yeah, $30 difference, and not a big difference in price. Eh?
As I say, I really don't care as long as, like, who was that? Was it Chuck saying if they be 18650s, you could just pop one in? That would be cool if you could do that. I don't want to be tied to DJI's battery system anymore.
18650 is a big ass battery.
No, that's like a AA size.
No.
A bit bigger than that. Two of those are effectively a Mavic Mini battery.
I had for the Inspire lights, the searchlights used 2 of those 18650s.
Yeah, because
Yeah. They are quite a bit bigger than a AA battery.
Yeah, these are the ones I use in my vape, and those are about the size of the ones that are in the Mavic Mini.
Yeah.
There's 2 of those in the battery pack.
Yeah.
Really?
Stevie, check your messenger again, please.
Granted, it's not the same exact battery, but they're the same size and everything.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's an actual AA. What you want to listen to? Contemporary disc trailer.
Commentary.
Oh, you want to laugh? Okay.
Jim saw the laugh from hell last week. That was hilarious, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull
Ken
that
Heron's modification of my logo.
If you didn't see it, check out Bill's drone therapy. The last one. Ken Heron took it apart like it was a CAT scan. You know when they take slices of something?
He reconstructed it.
Uh-oh. Is this, John, you wanted me to play this Hubson one? Let's see.
They drone DJ.
This comes out by saying it's Hubson. Xeno 2.
Stand taller and look
Enjoy
farther.
the world.
Open your eyes. Everyone can become a great photographer. Go outside, yearning for the sun.
Yearning.
Pursue the distance, then the world can be wider.
Go outside, yearning for your drone to come back.
Xeno 2.
Oh, Xeno 2.
Brand new generation Xeno.
What's this?
The
Look at that
Goody
camera.
Bird.
It's a very old film. It's at least a couple of years old.
Yeah, it's 2019.
That's the Goonie Bird.
But it's like he said though, it's like they spent a lot of money to have the what is it? You know how remember how the cable commercials when you can tell it was somebody made by your local people?
How much you
Come
want to
on
bet?
down to Bob's and buy a car today.
How much you want to bet all that footage was shot with the DJI drone? It wasn't even their own drone.
I'm sure because you remember how many firmware updates they had to go through. Who was doing that? Was it Marcus Idaho Quadcopter that he was doing the video and all? It took off up the ground. It started doing this and then flew off. I'm not positive if it was him, but
It's so funny that a native English speaker was saying that. I thought he was American. Yeah, all right. I'll take my lumps in a minute. Go for it.
and here we have our long lost buddy. How you doing, Mitch?
Hey, Mitch.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Holy shit! I gotta go buy a lottery ticket. I'll be right back.
Hey Bill.
Glad to see you. I was just talking to him about you like yesterday.
Yeah, my ears were burning.
He asked me yesterday off
Good
screen.
stuff, man. I miss you.
Ah, well, thank you. Yeah, it's it's been a very strange recovery from that surgery that I had, and I'm
It looks
Just
like
a-
you didn't have anything done at all.
well. That's this side. Yeah, it's a little bumpy because they did cut a piece of my skull out
I
and
remember the stitch work. Yeah.
put it back in, but it it healed up pretty good. But the most important thing is that my brain, as scary as that son of a bitch is working correctly these days. And it's been coming, kind of like this for a good 3 months. I had the surgery on the 19th of August. So it's 3 months and
Well,
a week or two.
If we run through, originally they did not catch that he had a brain bleed going on.
Correct.
You went back on your own a week later and said something's not right.
No,
correct?
it was actually the 30th of June when I kind of banged my head at the health spa.
Right.
And I've told the story, but I'll tell it real quick. I worked out pretty hard that day, and then to make matters worse, I went and sat in the hot sauna too long. And you ever know when you overexert yourself, you start to feel a little lightheaded. So I went back to my locker. I laid down on the bench, and I figured, well, let me lay here until that lightheadedness goes away. And I thought I was okay. And I remember starting to saying I can stand up, and that's the last thing I remember till I woke up in the emergency room. And evidently what happened was I passed out, whacked my head on something, probably the bench, on the way down, and they did a CAT scan, and I had a little subarachnoid hemorrhage, they called it, and they put me in the hospital overnight, and they released me the next morning, and they said, well, it doesn't look serious enough. They first had talked about sending me down to the neurology department at Holmes Regional, which is, the big neurology place. And
Level 1 tech trauma center. Yeah.
yeah, but they didn't. So they sent me home, and I thought I was doing fine, but my balance and my equilibrium was just way the hell off. And the doctor said, well, that's probably your inner ear, and what happens when you have a shock like that, if there's any it's not foreign objects, but little pieces of cellular material get loose and they get into the fluid, and you end up with vertigo. So that started to get better, and that started to get better, and then all of a sudden that started to get worse again. And then one day, about almost 2 months later, it was the 18th of August, so it was almost 2 months since the thing, I was out shopping and I got aphasia, which I couldn't talk, like somebody that has a stroke. I had all the symptoms of a stroke. I couldn't, and it lasted about 2-3 minutes, and then my speech came back correctly. And that kind of scared me. So I drove home, and I was fine to drive and everything. I drove home, and I called my son, and I told him what happened. And while I was on the phone with my son, I had another episode of this aphasia. It scared the shit out of him. He jumped in his car, came over here, grabbed me, and took me to the emergency room of a hospital where he's on the board of directors. Figure get good service, because the service. No, what Melbourne Regional and Rockledge Regional, what used to be Worcester.
Right.
So we go in there, and when I get in there, I'm fine. I'm balanced, good. I'm walking, no problem. I was having some problem with the numbness on my right hand and right foot, so it's still like a stroke. And I learned real quick that if you ever go to the emergency room, just say stroke, and they drop everything and everybody else, and they rush to your side, which
because there's a time limit on blockbuster medications.
Yeah, so I hadn't had a stroke, but the symptoms were the same, because it was putting what ended up
subdural pressure.
I had a subdural hematoma, which was almost two centimeters tall and spread over the whole side of my brain on the left side. So they took a CAT scan of me at my son's hospital, and next thing I know, they got me on a friggin' helicopter to go to Holmes Regional, man.
Hell of a way to get a helicopter ride, Mitch.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So they got me in a helicopter and get over to Holmes Regional, right into ICU, and another bunch of tests, and they decided I had a subdural hematoma, and surgeon came in and gave me my options. And the best option, of course, was they do a craniotomy, where they cut out a chunk of your skull, and then they clean everything up, put a drain in, and then put your skull back, the piece of your skull back in, and evidently they cut it like a pumpkin.
Yep.
So it fits right back in where they cut it out of, and next day I was starting to improve, but the symptoms, I found out, can last for weeks after surgery, because your brain still has to take time to expand back into all that space that is there. So about 5 days after I got home from the hospital, I started to have more of these aphasia attacks. So I called my son again, and the next thing I know, I got an ambulance here, and they took me back to the hospital. And I spent another 2 or 3 days in the hospital. They did every test known to man on me. They did an MRI. They did 2 more CAT scans. They did a CAT scan of my carotid arteries. They did an EEG. They did everything, and all that stuff came out fine. And evidently, I was fine. And that was about 3 months ago. And over the last 3 months, some of these symptoms have been coming and going. I have flown a couple times, but I really didn't enjoy the flying. I didn't feel the confidence that I normally do when I fly.
Am I imagining it, Mitch, or are you even now very carefully choosing your words as you speak?
No, my speech is back to the normal rambling that it's always been. Yeah.
I thought you were actually more precise than usual. So there you go.
Oh. Well, maybe the last couple times I was on YouTube, I was still suffering from it, but I haven't had any speech problems for a couple of months now. But I still have had a little bit of dizziness. Mild, very mild, not enough to fall down or anything, but mild, and I think I'm finally over that. The other day, I have this thing I hang upside down on for my back.
Oh,
And I didn't dare do that because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get off of it. But I did it yesterday and didn't feel any dizziness or anything. I can move my head any which way. So I think that I'm 99% recovered from that.
Mitch he's going back to the hospital and telling him, there's something wrong somewhere between the 7th and the 9th. Jack Daniels, I'm starting to get dizzy.
Yeah, starting to get a little dizzy. I did learn one valuable lesson, and that is that trying to exercise and get healthy can be really dangerous.
Can kill you.
It can kill you. Yeah.
Exercise is good for you. That's all just a crock of shit.
Yep.
They do that to stay in business. I mean,
Yeah.
you run into a buddy at grocery store, broken arm, broken leg. You ask him, "What do you do?" I was playing football, volleyball, whatever kind of sports.
Fell off my bike.
Yeah, my ass.
Yeah. So no more gym. No more gym.
Program.
No more gym for me. I'm done with the gym, I think.
And that's a great way to find out if you're going to have a heart attack. Go do some cardio exercises.
Yeah, well, right now I try to walk every morning.
But if you
But
have
I need
to
do something. I need to do something to get some high intensity. I need to do some muscle training, somewhere.
I'm telling you, you need to enroll in the fitness protection program. Okay.
Either that, Mitch, or take up womanizing. Between the other women and worrying about your wife finding out, you'll have an elevated heart rate all the time.
Well, the good news is I don't have a wife, so I don't have to worry
sorry,
about
Mitch. There you go.
That's
Then
all right.
you've got our approval. Go for it, buddy.
Yeah. So tonight, Jim, for the past month, I've been thinking, well, let me get on with the guys tonight because I do miss everybody. I really miss this and miss all the guys, and I just haven't had the desire to fool with the drones. And then what happens? I'm gone for 3 months, and I had a couple of live streams, but maybe 3 months, and everything's changed. Everything has changed. Everything is now. We got Mavic 3s. We got DJI making cameras. I can't keep up with this shit, and I certainly can't keep buying all this crap.
And the new microphone system, because I know you bought the Rode Wireless Go 1, right?
No, I actually got. Well, I can't even remember the name of it now. I got one to review. A nice little wireless. In fact, I got two of them. They're Komikas.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're nice too. I remember when you did the review.
Yeah, this one is a there's the other half of it, the mic. It comes with two mics and a receiver, and this one is not digital. This is an analog one, so there's absolutely no delay on it. With the Rode and I imagine that the DJI one is digital as well.
Yeah,
you get a like a cell phone. You get a little bit of delay, and if you're wearing headphones through a mixer to monitor the thing, then that delay in your headphones makes them unusable for me. Now, I'm sure there's some way around that or some adjustment in the mixer you can make, but when I do the wireless thing, I use these analog ones, and they work great.
Can I ask a dumb question? Because this is the group who would know.
It's your show.
I have the Yeti microphone, and it's got a plug-in I could plug this headset into it. Why would I do that?
I have never seen a Yeti in person, so I couldn't help
But I mean, like Justin's got that microphone there. I know, Ari, you got a mic, don't you?
Yeah, mate. It's a Razer, but it's basically a knockoff of the Yeti. And I've got the same socket, and I have no idea why you would use it. I've never used it.
I mean, you
Yes,
don't want to hear yourself, right?
Mine
Nope.
doesn't have that. I have to use a splitter.
You do want to get a little feedback. You do want a little feedback of your voice in your headphones. I've always found that makes it more natural, because when you
A
talk,
little bit of side tone.
a certain amount of your voice does get back into your ears. Whereas if you put in some earplugs and try to talk, it just sounds really funny. So
Well, I think that's more for studio too. Like if you're singing, I know that they like to hear their voice.
No, even on the
feedback
telephone,
voice.
Justin, there's about 12% side tone, as they call it. Speaking as an ex-comms tech.
Side tone.
Yeah, that's what it's called when you can hear yourself very, very faintly when you're speaking. It's called side tone.
I
Chris
just
talking about that Christmas meetup thing. Was that a joke or was he serious?
no. That's for Kai at Lone Star. He was saying that Kelly Shores was hoping that you'd have a December meetup.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, we've done one here this month. We had one guy show up for that. I wasn't here, so
It falls apart if you're not there, right? Are you the ringleader?
apparently so. Yeah.
Everybody flies his drones.
Well, that's what they're going to claim when the shit hits
Well,
the
I
fan.
don't have a problem with them flying the drones. It's just when Chris starts to punt kick my freaking controller across the field again. That's when
Oh, the wire got caught on his leg, didn't it? On his shoe? Or
Yeah, the
something?
lanyard got
Yeah.
hooked up on his shoe, and next thing you know, my controller is going flying across the field.
Yeah.
Any
Hey,
damage?
DJI finally got rid of that dislike button. The
What's up,
numbers,
Jerry?
if anybody cares.
As a matter
Oh
of fact,
yeah,
it's still-
I see
it's-
it just finally says just dislike. It doesn't
Yeah.
have a number. Yeah, I knew they were going to do that, but I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, we've got to be politically correct.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
that's so funny, man, is
Can't hurt anybody's feelings.
Right,
Because
right.
yeah, we're also such pedals. We couldn't
But-
stand it if somebody disliked us.
but wait. The cool thing is if you do dislike the video and you go back and look at it, you get to see the dislike thumb all lit up. So it will be disliked for you individually.
Oh really? Let
Yes,
me try it and see what happens.
So you can have some personal
Oh yeah, it does. It does.
satisfaction. You
Yeah,
can have
it
some
does
personal
light up.
satisfaction out of being an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
so
and
you
not
get-
only
you get-
that-
you know what? You get the personal gratification for giving the thumbs down, but you don't harm their ego.
And it's got a tool.
Well,
The
that's
person,
the thing, though, is it could still harm their ego if 100 people do a dislike because they can still see it in the studio.
yes, you
They can
still
see it
get
in
to
there.
see
Yeah,
it.
In there.
percentage is
Yeah.
just
So
still
you
there.
can go in on your channel and
Hi,
Yeah,
In the
Jerry.
studio. Yeah.
On your own video, you'll see it. Just other people won't see the number.
And
Because
in
you know
case
there
you
was
don't
always
know,
like you'd always get one. You know what I mean?
there was times I got 10 of them.
No
Well, that's the
matter-
thing is you could always turn it off, so I don't see what the big deal was if it bothered you. You could always
I
turn
know.
it off on your videos anyway.
That's what I
Well-
started doing. Just saying, I don't need to see, I don't need the likes. I don't need the dislikes. You know, the
I don't
hell
know about you guys, but I always felt that if I didn't get at least one dislike, I wasn't trying hard enough. I wasn't edgy enough.
I didn't offend somebody. Yeah, and now you have to do it because everybody's a baby now with this political woke crap. Come on, guys.
I
The
guess I'm in trouble
FAA
tomorrow night.
The FAA is seriously going to rewrite every, not just from now forward,
Non-gender
Every-
specific.
every document to be gender neutral. And it's not unmanned aircraft anymore. It's uncrewed
yep.
aerial
I don't
systems.
care. It is not a personnel access cover. It's a manhole. When they take me to the hospital, I'm not going to say, I fell down the personnel access cover and broke my legs. It was a fucking manhole.
I went to the doctor's office today, and I still got the arm blood thing on. I'm not even lying. There's who I was talking to Mel Koch on the phone, and the doctor had a note on the door. It said everybody who enters this office must be wearing a mask. So I went in, told them, listen, I'll be out in the hall. When you're ready for me, come get me because I don't wear masks. And they said, okay, because everybody was sitting there. When I went to the bank yesterday, Mitch, because I got hit for crypto. Somebody stole my credit card. The tellers are behind bulletproof glass, and it's only them, the two of them. They're wearing masks. And then the two other people behind me are wearing masks. I'm the only one without a mask. I'm like, what is with you people? I thought the stupidity had gotten over with already.
Well,
Well, you
just
got all new stupidity now with this. What is it? Omicron
Another
variant. Yeah. And they're going to keep coming up with these things until nobody dares venture out without a mask unless they get arrested.
It's a paper mask, dude. It's not filtering anything.
Did you see
Well,
what
I had to
Disney
get a
World
laugh.
did? Disney World backed down because they were afraid of DeSantis fining them.
Well, I got a phone call. I got a phone call from my son's school. Now they finished school for the year last Friday, but I got a phone call from the school to tell me.
Okay.
What?
They told you you're off.
He was censored by the
Yeah,
school.
I was about to say he got
He was
censored
censored by the school.
The school board can hit him.
Those Australian authorities hitting them. See, we're all good. Most of us are in Florida and Texas, so we're good.
How's it going over in Texas? You still got people wearing masks or not?
Yeah, there's still there's always going to be some idiots.
Yeah.
In the stores here, Jim, I've noticed in the grocery stores is where you see the most masks. Most
Sorry
other
about that.
places you
Can we
don't
have the
see any.
punchline? Can we have the punchline?
Yeah. So I get a phone call from
Oh,
my
I'm
son's
sorry.
school. They got a sign on the office that says masks must be worn when entering the office. Now my son has one of those full prosthetic latex masks that you put on, with the makeup, and it looks like the real thing. That looks like Kim Jong Un. You guessed it. He wandered in there into the office. I said, "Hey, you said he has to wear a mask." He didn't specify what kind of mask. They got no sense of humor in our education system.
What did they do?
Well, they said they sent him out, gave him a detention, and called me.
He got detention for that?
Yeah, no sense of humor, mate.
That's I don't know. I'm just glad we have the Florida governor that we do, because Biden wanted to shut down the nation, and as it was, like even my stepdaughter lost her job because when all those restaurants closed, because you had to be 6 feet away from each other and all this crap. But anyway,
You want to talk about that stupid shit? I was in Germany, and I was at an outdoor cafe. Okay,
right, outdoor, yeah.
Outdoor. They had the tables literally like 10 feet apart from each other. Okay, standing room. You couldn't even sit. It was just standing tables. You still had to get out your phone. Was a special app and check into this place. You still had to wear a mask. It was just absolute insanity.
Like people say, oh, well, they wear them in China. I got news for you. The air pollution in China is so bad. They've been wearing masks for 20 years.
Yeah.
The Japanese are the big ones, Jim, and they have been for years, for decades.
Right.
China and Japan both.
They've been doing it forever. That's normal to them. But here, because that's actual soot particles. Like, I don't know, if I lived in California, the way I see Al taking his shots and he's got a lot of sunlight up at the top, man, I bitch when I get the humidity screwing up my camera picture. But the smog out in California, man, that's real. I mean, how do you survive if you've got allergies? Or what is that?
Respiratory.
Yeah, when you have to take the
Like asthma.
asthma. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen some of the videos of the cities in China. Ooh, man, some of them are really bad.
Well,
So
fellas,
let me
it's
ask you a
been
question.
fun, but I got to get off here because I got to get me something for dinner.
I know you just did your own live chat, so you've been on for a while.
Yeah. It's time for me to grab back.
Take care.
Thank you all.
Adios.
It's been a fun.
Take care.
I appreciate you coming on, buddy.
I appreciate you having me. I'll see you later.
All right, thank
Bye-bye.
you, sir.
So any of you guys got a Mavic 3?
Hell no.
No, and it's not on my short.
Bill,
it's not on my
you got
short list.
one? You got one? What do you think? You know, I see the videos on YouTube, and there's a lot of videos saying, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it. Why? Is it just like any new drone that comes out, the firmware is not ready, or there's some problems? What's the deal?
The first of all, let me talk about something. There's a smart controller that everybody has been taught to buy, okay? And now they have this new Pro smart controller, Enterprise smart controller.
Ed,
your,
you got to echo.
your audio.
Do I?
Ed.
Damn it, Jim.
Hi, Ed.
Hey, Mitch.
How you doing, buddy?
So they've all been bitching about what's the big deal about the smart controller I have now and the new Enterprise smart controller. And if
The
you
only
look at
difference is the
that
processor and a
Ocusync,
bit more RAM.
well, no, actually they're very much compatible. The only thing is with this Ocusync 3 Plus, if you look at your DBMs on all your DJI drones, I think the other ones were 27, and now this Ocusync 3 is actually 30 dBm.
That's just power output.
Right.
You know, the difference between, you know, as I said before, my first trade was a telecommunications technician. I was a director of the Wireless Institute of Australia. I sort of radio comms is my bit. You know, Ocusync, Ocusync 2, 2 Plus, 3, 3 Plus, they're all radio signals. The only difference is how you modulate the data onto it, which is, you know, in digital communications, it's called encapsulation. It basically, and the way they make it more redundant is it's sent in broken up little pieces, packets.
Right.
With Ocusync 2, 3, blah, 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 what they do is each packet carries a little bit of the data that was in the previous packet and a little bit of the data that's in the next packet. And that's how they get their redundancy, so that you can lose packets and still keep the communications. The other change is between Ocusync 2 and 3 is diversity antennas. Okay, instead of having one dedicated transmit, one dedicated receive, they have two on each diagonally opposed, so that when the drone orients itself, there's less change. But there is no reason why the older smart controller cannot support the Mavic 3, other than the fact that they want to sell you the new one.
For more money? Is it more money, or is it the same?
The old controller just doesn't have the memory that the new one does.
Correct. That's why I got rid of mine.
I don't know what the price is, Mitch. How much Bill?
1,500 Australian for the new one.
Oh, man. What is that, about 1,000 US?
About 1,100, I think, yeah.
It's 1,100
Holy
here.
shit.
Well, the drone itself, just the drone by itself is 2,200.
That's not the Cine one.
No,
the Cine one is like $5,000, isn't it?
It's 5,000.
The thing about it is this is the Air 2S controller. This is the Mini 2 controller that comes with the new drone.
Yep.
So you don't even get that's my big bitch, is that the hell, it doesn't even match the new color scheme. They didn't do anything. They could have done a little bit to kind of update it, but nope, nothing.
And there are people out there who have bought the Cine, but also own an Air 2S, and they're using that controller in preference. I don't know why, but they are.
Another thing too
and
is
the other
this
thing is
doesn't
it's
do
on
3 Plus.
Yeah, but it could.
Supposedly they're saying it can't. And
See,
only the
there's been a
smart
lot of
controller does 3
argument.
Plus.
There's been a lot of pissed off people with the smart controllers. I'll tell you that right now.
I got one for sale. I got an OG smart controller for sale.
Yeah, Bill's right. The original smart controller, you know, I had one. And it was fine as long as I just took it out of the box, ran it with the Go 4, didn't have it cached more than a couple of gigs, just left it how it was okay. But, you know, working as a commercial, by the time I loaded Lychee on it and, you know, a few other apps, you know, the damn thing crashed every 5 minutes. You'd go into the logs and it was always the same thing. Out of memory error. You know, the processor in that thing was 3 years old before they even released it. And it only had, I think, 4 gigs of RAM, bare minimum. You know, the new one, the Pro, is exactly the same form factor, exactly the same screen, and just a more powerful processor and more RAM.
On the Sendence remote controller, I can set the amount of cache, and I keep it at a 2 gigabyte limit. Can you do that with your smart controller?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
What the hell did he just do?
I don't know what he did. He lost the picture.
What was
Hey,
that?
there's echo coming from somewhere.
It said.
I loved it, man.
The sound wasn't supposed to come through.
Well,
okay?
what happens? Your mic is auto set to like auto gain. So when you stop talking, it opens wide up, and all the noise comes through.
All right, I'll get it. I'll put on.
No, but I mean on my XSplit, I had the microphone turned off, and for some reason it still came through. I guess that was a 50 caliber cannon on New Year's Eve.
It looked pretty cool.
Mitch, did you see how much the damn refresh was on that? It's what, $5.99, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
refresh?
geez, that's great. I never bought. I never on any of the drones I bought. I never bought any of that refresh stuff.
I didn't either. And you know what, Mitch? They're putting it on the Fly app, and they're right now they don't have the firmware to make the aperture shutter and what was the other one? The ISO you can control right now, right? In the Fly app. Who's got the Fly app among us?
I don't use it. None of my drones have it. My newest drone is a Mavic 2 Pro. That's my newest drone. And you know what, Jim? For what I do and for what most of us do, there's no reason. I got the Mavic 2 Pro. I got the big crystal sky monitor, and
right.
There's nothing that I need to do more than what that drone will do.
I agree. I've got the Mavic 2 Pro. I've got the X5S, and I don't know how you're going to beat that. And so I'm not.
Another bone I've got to pick with the Mavic 3. Like I said before, being a member of the DJI developer community, word is that like every other one of their drones that runs on the Fly app, it does not, will not, and they have no intention of ever supporting native waypoints. Now I can understand that on a cheap drone, but Mavic 2 supports them, Mavic Pro supports them.
Let me tell you something. They can.
Of course they can.
All they have to do is give you access to the Flight app.
They're not going to support it.
I've got the Flight app or DJI Go. Why won't they let you just use the Flight app?
I was happy with Go 4. I don't know about you guys, but Go 4 did it all for me.
That's what I'm using now. And the good news is they're not cluttering up the Go 4 app anymore. Right. The problem with that was they kept adding hooks to it for the different drones that came out, and the thing got ridiculous. So
the way that became obvious to me, Mitch, was how originally when Go 4 came out, it ran quite sweetly on an iPad Mini 3. And then that wasn't enough, and you had to go to. And then now the 4 isn't enough. Yeah.
I still have the iPad Mini 4, so I was told don't upgrade to OS 15.
Yes.
Okay.
Only if you, as long as you look, if you don't care about the fact that Apple will get to peruse all of your photographs and multimedia, then there's no reason not to upgrade to 15. But other than that, stick to 14.8.1. I think was the latest.
Yes, that's what I got, and I don't. I was afraid to go to 15 because I thought I heard some. It must have been you talking about it then.
Yeah, that's what bothers me. Look, I got nothing to hide. If somebody was to put in a malicious complaint and the police came and knocked on my door and said, "We think you've got child exploitation material," I'd say, "Come on in. Here's my computers. There's my servers. There's my device. There's my passwords. Have a look." But it's not the job of my the manufacturer of my communications device to police me. Absolutely. I'm not having them take my pictures and compare them to an online database. And then what happens the first time that algorithm gets it slightly wrong? And I don't know how it works here in the US, but here in Australia, if they turned up here due to a mistake by the algorithm and took away all my stuff and charged me, it'd be all over the news. And 6 months later, oh, sorry, we made a mistake. You're not guilty after all. Well, that's not going to do me a lot of good when my whole neighborhood is tarred and feathered me.
That's happened. Amanda Knox went to jail for 4 years for murder. And
Jim,
she
did
was
you
not
see what B-Max wrote?
I didn't get to him yet.
He said, Justin, get off. You're too young to be on this panel. I got to make these guys feel young. All right?
We only keep Justin around to make us all, feel bad and old.
This chilly evening. Well, it's 57 here, it says on my app, and that's in Florida, for God's sakes. Mike Night Train said it was 29 in Michigan. What do you got, Bill?
It's supposed to warm up here, Jim, a little bit towards the end of the week. It was nice today. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
70 degrees, no wind. It was just gorgeous all day.
It was a nice day.
Ed, you're muted if you're trying to talk.
It doesn't say muted. Oh, yeah, it does.
He's talking away and it's muted.
I can't unmute him. Ed, I'm clicking on unmute, and it's on your end, brother.
I'm sorry, you're right. I'm talking up a storm and nobody can hear me.
I was waiting on you to see that.
You see Bill's logo in the lower left corner of the screen there? That's what we kind of had fun with yesterday on his show, Coast to Coast Drones. So
Look,
drone
man,
therapy, you know,
I'll just say this. I mean,
what, Ed?
I just want to say this is that, there's people up north like Mike, he's up in Michigan and all that, and the people in New York like Carlos and Paulie, Drone Days and stuff. Man, you signed up for that. You live up there, okay?
Well, you get used to it too when you live there.
I reckon so.
You know what, Ed? That's what you used to look forward to the changing seasons because it made summer that much more enjoyable because you only had 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's until you get to our age, Jim, because each new season you think, is this going to be my last?
All right, so this is another thing that freaks me out too, though, Jim. Okay, and what's his name?
Yeah.
Captain Ray Kelly.
Oh,
He
yeah.
spends winters down in, Palm Beach,
Right.
down there, and then the summers up in New York. But I hear
Right.
people in New York and in Canada even bitching about the heat. I mean, okay, so maybe it's not as bad as Florida heat. I don't know.
You know what the thing is, Ed? I grew up in New York for 34 years. The thing is, you don't have any air conditioning. The houses aren't built with air conditioning units.
Come on, Jim. You may have lived there for 34 years, but you still haven't grown up.
No, I have no intention of growing up.
And never grow up.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the whole point of snowbirds, though. They're trying to get both the best worlds.
Listen, remember last week we were talking about this chair I got? And Marcel, off-axis FPV, was saying, you're going to regret it. The seat's hard as hell. Well, he was right. So I turned around and got the gel pad that Rod was talking about. And this is the area for you. This is the area for your tailbone. So this is actually the front. And I'll tell you what, it makes a world of difference.
That's good, Jim. We want you to be comfortable.
Well, I've been through three chairs, Mitch. 3.
Wow.
Hey, Jim. Let me just tell y'all a story. And this is, man, you screw up your tailbone, it's very freaking painful. I jumped out of a window once wearing flip-flops on the wet grass. It was probably like 4 feet, 5 feet up in the air. My feet went right out from under me, and I went right on my tailbone, and that shit hurt for a month.
Yeah, Jim, he sent me a updated copy of the logo.
Jump out of the window.
What did you crack it?
What's up, Bill?
because you can
I
actually
broke
crack.
something, man. It hurt forever.
Well, I did that a couple of years ago. I was pulling a
What
pallet
do
out
they
of the
call
truck
that?
and
Your
slipped.
coccyx or something like that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Coccyx, yeah.
You can actually break that, and they do not recommend surgery on that. I'll tell you right now.
Oh no,
I
you just gotta live through it.
I
Yeah.
bruised the hell out of mine a couple of years
Kind of
ago
like a
pulling a
cracked
pallet of
rib,
mulch
you
out of the
know?
truck.
About the same thing.
What'd you say, Justin?
I was pulling a pallet of mulch out of the out of a semi, and the floor was wet, and I slipped and landed on my tailbone and bruised the hell out of it. It was
God.
sore
Man,
for
I'm
like a
telling you, man.
month.
That hurts.
And
You
I
can't
almost-
move.
I
Right?
almost killed my wife because she came by me one night and smacked me in the ass. Oh, because she forgot. Oh my God, it was so painful.
No, but at the time you do it, like if you're standing up, you can't move.
Oh
You're
no,
like-
it
You're like
was hard.
frozen for a couple of minutes.
Well, I couldn't even bend over. Like every time I dropped something, I had to have somebody reach down and pick it up for me.
My father was one of those corporal punishment types, and
Oh no.
I left. Well, he had a rule: you took a tool from somewhere, you put the tool back from the somewhere you took it from. Well, he found the tool when he mowed the lawn.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Let's see where this is going.
that got me a foot up the ass.
Was it his 10mm socket?
It was. I was actually fixing a bicycle at the time, and I had just left the wrench. And you take off with your boys, you know what I mean? And when he was mowing the lawn, he found the wrench with the lawnmower, and man, he was smoking mad. He gave me a boot up the ass. I could not move. Talk about your coccyx, your tailbone. That's how rough that area is.
Hey, Jim, to answer your question that you asked me earlier about what I think of the Mavic 3,
Yeah.
I'm very happy with it. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be till February that we get the firmware.
Right.
But I like it. It reminds me a lot of the version 1 Phantom 4 Pro. And so I like it. I'll be happy when they come out with the new firmware. In the meantime, I'm happy with the way it flies.
When is that due? Did they say January 22nd?
Now wait a minute. Let's tell them why it's not coming out in January, Bill. It's Chinese what?
It's Chinese New Year, so they're not going to be. It's actually, if you look at the extension date, it's the first day they come back to work from Chinese New Year. So unless they've got it stashed in their computers and they've got it set up to just upload and go out to the masses, then we're going to wait until after they get done celebrating their New Year before we get it. And that's why that's my personal belief as to why they extended the warranty to everyone that purchased it early.
I thought Chinese New Year started in February. It says February 1st on Google.
Right.
Man.
And it's over with by February 7th, by February 6th. Okay. And then the extended warranty goes out on February the 7th, which is the day I think they're going to update the firmware.
I think it's a good drone, and I think that I don't think there's anything wrong with the drone itself. I think it's just sold like a banana. You know, they sold it a little bit green, and they're going to let it ripen with the customer.
This is what I was talking about: is the holiday sale from November 25th till January 1st. But I don't see much that holiday selling.
Damn,
Oh,
John,
it's
that's a
good, ain't it?
thing to say.
Well, what's on sale? The DJI Pocket 2 for $350. Is that a good price? I don't. Oh, $439. Oh my God! I would never pay that much for that thing.
And it overheats still too.
I
Does
just
it
don't
really?
see. I just
That
don't
seems
see how
to be-
Does
DJI.
it walk around like that?
What, Justin?
I was gonna say I just don't see how DJI wanted all these people to review the 3 until they had most of that stuff out on it. Because to me, you can't really give a full good review on it unless all the all the features are there to test for everyone.
Well, I
Right.
believe that some excuse me, some of them got a beta release, didn't they? I think Billy Kyle had a beta firmware that enabled most of that for his evaluation.
Well,
yeah,
he
and
didn't
he
get
also
the
crashed it
SIN.
into a tree.
He did not get the SIN package. Like
True,
Phillip
very
Blue
true.
Did.
He was testing beta firmware when he crashed it into the tree and had to get the he had to get the cherry picker to get it down.
Well, he likes the sports mode. If you notice that at all.
Well, no, I mean this was just he was because I was laying in bed right at 1:30 in the morning and I get a text.
Is this
And
a
it's-
good
it's a
price on
pic-
the Air 2S? Sorry, Bill.
Do it now.
Is that a good
Yes.
price on the Air
That's the
2S?
It's
same price
normally
as always, isn't
1200.
it?
No, it's normally 1200.
Oh,
okay.
for just a base unit?
Combo.
Yeah, and then it's
oh,
like
no, it is the base unit.
yeah, because the Air 2S for the Fly More or the Air 2 Fly More combo is $1,000.
Okay, cool.
It's $799 if you just want the drone.
But anyway, it's like 1:30 in the morning. I get a text and it's a picture. All it is a picture of the tree, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
Right.
So he's like, it's a Mavic 3," and I was like, "I can't see it." He goes, "Neither can I. I'm going to get Dad's. Going to go get Dad's cherry picker now." So, and then if you go look on his Twitter page, you got to scroll back a few weeks. I think it's like the first part of November. You see him in the cherry picker going into the damn tree to get it out. And like I said, what the hell happened? The only thing he typed back was beta.
This is the one they've
Why
been
do they
getting.
call them
Mitch.
cherry pickers?
I don't know. But you knew what I was talking about when I said that, right?
Yeah, we all do.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know why I
Jim
call them
more-
cherry pickers.
Yeah,
Jim
knows
knows
about
more
this.
than most.
Yeah,
I've
Jim, you know
used-
about cherry pickers.
I've used the bucket truck to get my Matrice out of a tree.
Yeah.
Well,
I
long
never
ago either.
That has a big time construction company.
But this is the one they've been
Bucket
evaluating,
truck
Mitch, the
myself,
Mavic
but
3.
Ain't never been to pick cherries. I'll just tell you that.
But a
Well,
cherry
I haven't
tree
even
isn't
watched
that
any
tall.
of the video. I haven't even watched any of the videos on it. I'm so
Well-
tired of DJI stuff.
Look at this though. They jammed a 4/3 micro 4/3 camera on it with an 84-degree field of view, which it's sitting there trying to focus on the whole picture at one time.
Now, is that the Cine? Is that the Cine version,
No.
or the regular version has the
this is
micro
the
Same camera on
4/3?
both. The
The
same
mic-
exact camera on both.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, it looks like it has two cameras.
It
does.
does.
It
It's
does.
got a half-inch zoom camera on top instead of a fan. It's got a
Oh,
half-inch
okay.
zoom camera on top,
I get it.
which would
Nobody
be
can figure out
equivalent
why.
to the Mavic 2 zoom.
No,
Okay.
look, the problem with the zoom on that is only the 4x and the 7x are native optical zooms. The rest are all cropped. You know, quite frankly, if I needed zoom for inspection, I'd probably I'd go with the old Mavic 2 Enterprise, and in 1080 and zoom it out to 8K.
Yep, I've had to do that. Ed cost me 120. I gave the guy, the neighbor, $20 for letting me go on their lawn with a truck.
Fortunately, the tree that I needed the bucket truck for was like where a bucket truck was already parked. All I had to do was start it up and figure out how to work it to make the go up to get to where I can pull the drone out of the tree.
Oh, you did it yourself?
Yeah, I
Cool.
did it myself.
Cool.
There's
Hey,
no shortage of
Took me-
construction equipment
I made
on.
a whole video about it, man, because it took me forever to figure out how to work the truck.
I knew the Action 2 was had heating issues between 3 and 10 minutes. People were reporting.
Yeah, but that seems to be a common thing with all of the latest cameras. You know, the Hero 10, the GoPro, the Action. I think it's just a case of pushing the technology to the limit to get that amount of processing power in such a tiny package.
Well, and if you look at
Yeah.
the Action 2, there's nowhere for it to breathe neither. There's no air vents or anything.
No, because they've got to be waterproof, right?
Right.
Do you
So-
remember when I'll finish your thought. I'm sorry, Justin.
I want to know
Oh,
why
I was-
the Fly More combo costs $800 more than the drone.
I don't
The
know.
Mavic 3. It says right there, $29.99 for the Flymore combo.
This
Be
fucking
glad-
bag, man. The damn backpack bag.
Be glad you don't live in Australia, where the base unit is 3,000, the Flymore is 4,200, and the
Wow.
Cine version is a cool $7,200.
What do they give you in the Flymore? They give you 2 more batteries, some props.
Filters.
It's the bag,
Filters.
Mitch. It's the bag. $320 for that bag.
He's not
I'm
kidding.
sorry, but any drone
Really?
that
That's
price,
that's nuts.
any drone that price should come with a hard case. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Well,
And-
all
and
the
a
professional
$3,000
drones
drone.
do.
$40 for a battery.
I mean, look at the color scheme, how that damn controller sticks out.
Yeah, it doesn't match any of it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How much for the battery, Ed?
210?
240. That's what Unlimited Vertical is saying.
Holy shit.
210 is what I can get it for.
Well, I think
That's
DJI
crazy.
Best Buy's got 209, I think.
Well, I don't know what they are out here, but out here a Mavic 2 battery is $240 and a Phantom 4 is $330. Gotta love Australia.
Well, Mitch, I'm paying $500 for Inspire batteries that were made in 2015.
I'm
And-
paying $18 for an FPV battery.
Absolutely.
Well, you know,
Absolutely.
everybody said DJI released this early because of Christmas, but how many people are really going out buying a $5,000 Christmas gift for somebody? I mean, come on now. Most people are buying it for themselves,
Yeah.
regardless if it's Christmas or not.
How many
Or
think
they
DJI
buy it for their
released
wives,
where
you know.
it's going to be put on the damn list.
I'll be
And
damned
if
if
they
I
heard
like
that
it.
FCC list and how fast it was like, oh, that would stop us immediately. Shit, put it out quick.
I mean,
That's
I
what I
don't
was
think I don't think it matters what time of the year they released it. It still would have done the same sales.
Yeah, $209.99 is what you can get it from Best Buy for.
For the battery.
Right, for the battery. The controller is $11.99.99, so $1,200.
The smart controller.
Yeah, the RC Pro.
Remember when you used to buy a drone for that?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. A damn nice. You can still buy a damn nice drone for $1,200.
You can still buy Mavic. You can buy used Mavic 2s cheaper than $1,000 these days, can't
Well,
you?
when you look
got-
at it,
I got
when
the
you look at it in
Mavic 2
perspective-
Pro Flymore kit for $1,800 when it came out.
well, what did you just show the Air 2S Flymore for?
No. That was the basic package for $1,000. The Flymore is usually, I think, $1,400, and the non-Flymore, I think, was $1,200. If I'm not
Let's
mistaken.
go.
Well, so effectively,
L2S Flymore combo with smart controller is $1,749. The drone by itself is $999.99.
Well, now look at this. Now
So-
they got the combo kit for $1,200, and then $1,700 with the smart controller.
so
Yeah,
I
look
can
at
buy
that.
a combo or I can buy a Smart Controller Pro for the same money. I wonder which I'm going to buy.
So what's the difference between a smart controller and a dumb controller? Is it the pilot or the
No screen.
Yeah, depends
So
on who's
reach
holding it.
around.
You know, Mitch, even with the Mavic 3, I have to say this. The smart enterprise controller is only 5.5 inches of screen real estate. That is
Yeah, it's
insane.
the same size as the small Crystal Sky was.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I like
happily-
that big. You know, you have a
8-inch,
7-inch, 8-inch Crystal Sky too. You know what? As long as the software on all of that stuff works right now. So on my Mavic 2s, the software in the drone, the software in the controller, the app on the cell phone, everything works. I'm not updating anything anymore because anytime you update anything, it just
Yep.
creates problems.
I'm pretty
I
happy
love-
with the triple tech. The triple tech is working pretty well for me. You know, if somebody gave me a gift of a Mavic 3 Cine, I would probably sell the Smart Controller Pro.
I don't know why you would love the Sendence remote controller. All the dials are right there on it. You're doing it with your thumbs. Press of a button, you're changing the exposure. Turn the wheel, you're changing the aperture. It's right there.
That's one thing I like about the Phantom 4 controller. You know, it may be a little bulky and whatnot, but the front wheels, you know, click and adjust all of your camera settings and whatnot. It's all there.
Yeah, but I'm used to that. I don't consider that bulky.
I don't. With hands, you know, like, I'm 6'4". I got big hands even for my size. You know, I don't mind. I don't even use a lanyard with the fan. I got the Phantom 4 controller at work with the Triple Tech Pro stuck in there. I just walk around, hold it in one hand. But there are people who don't find it as convenient as I do.
I find it uncomfortable with a lanyard on. I'd just rather hold the controller.
I'll be silent, Junior.
The lanyard. You got to, when you're using the 8-inch Crystal Sky and Ascendants, you got to have that lanyard on. It just gets heavy.
It's a lot of money to drop.
But it's heavy. And if you're
Well, you want to use it.
changing
You know,
dials.
a lot of those things you want to use all your fingers, and if you got to have your hand down underneath the thing, you're spending all your finger real estate holding the controller up. Now,
You've
FPV,
got 4 C buttons. C1, C2, C3, C3, 4.
That's because we're always swearing, JDS.
In FPV flying, we the radios are like RC airplane radios, you know, that size, and I can't. I hate to fly without a neck strap, without a lanyard on.
So
just better control.
Huge tabletop looking thing you were holding, Mitch. That one, that the Crystal Sky.
Yeah.
Things are huge, man. How do you fly that?
I'll get it. And it's right. It's just sitting right here on the table.
And it's
I wear the full DJI harness. I wear the full DJI harness when I'm on the job, but that's mainly because I've got 3 two-way radios hanging on it.
Yeah.
You remember this contraption that I built?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, and it's got the Crystal Sky's got the built-in hood. Whoops, there it is. It's got a built-in hood. And this
it just makes
over,
life easier.
And this just goes over my shoulders like this, and I hands free, and I can. I don't have to touch any of that. I can.
We all know what Mitch really hit his head with.
That makes it easier for Mitch to run away from the cops.
No, but
and believe it or not, as big as this thing is,
lawsuits about back injuries from the
no, it's not that. Look, it's not that heavy. The nice thing about it is you can set it down on the ground and you pick it up with one hand and carry it anywhere, and you've got the whole controller and everything. And this is a transmitter tray from the old RC days.
Yeah,
you see a lot of these transmitter trays at the RC fields, and I just modified this to hold the Mavic 2 controller.
if I had that setup, I would use it. Like, is that a Seacraft tray?
Yeah, it works great. And you don't have to deal with straps or anything, and it has springs in it, so you just open it up, set it over your shoulders, and
for a nominal fee, Mitch could probably hook you up with one there, Jim.
The problem is, I don't think they sell them anymore. You know, this thing's got to be 30, 40 years old, this tray that I have.
Really?
Well, it seems like it would be something to bring back, because you could make bank on the damn thing now with drone pilots.
So
Jim,
that was made back when Justin was born. Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah. I want to say, Jim, thank you very much for having me on tonight. I got to jump off and give my daughter a shower. But I hope to see you all tomorrow night. And I'm going to, wait a minute, let me hit enter. Okay, tomorrow night, I hope to see you all over there, because we're basically just going to have a bitch fest tomorrow night. It's kind of the idea, but premise is like you'll see somebody and you know they're breaking the law, but do you say anything or don't you say anything, or at this point, does it really matter? And then whatever else you want to bitch about too. So it's just going to be, a whole crazy night. So hopefully I'll see some of you all there tomorrow night.
It's coast to coast drones. And what time is it on Eastern?
It's on 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I threw the link to the actual show in the chat.
Okay, I see it where it says folks here.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
Thank you very much. See y'all later.
God bless. Take care.
Rigger says that RC transmitter trays are still available.
Yeah, Seacraft is still there. In fact, they're having a Cyber Monday.
Yeah, but they don't. as simple. They're not as simple as
Cyber Monday.
I don't see
Madness
any that have an
extended.
over-the-shoulder hook on them. They all have some crazy kind of harness deal in them. I'm
Oh my
looking
God,
at them on
where's
Google.
this? I'm looking at couches. Where's the Seacraft controller trays?
If you got a
There
couch,
you
you
go.
need a
There you
control
go.
tray.
Florida there, Mitch. $90 though.
Yeah, but they don't have that over-the-shoulder hook. Like they all used to have those. See, now, I don't know if you see my little screen there, but I'm looking at images of them, and they all have these stupid harnesses.
Let me see.
Honestly, Mike
hold
or
on.
somebody could probably 3D print one of those. Jim, you
See
got
them
a
all?
printer?
They all.
Yeah,
They
the
all have
go back
harness.
up
They
a
all
little
have-
bit. Go back up a little bit with the guy wearing that.
There's one
there,
right here.
there.
No, that's
Right.
a harness too. That's still got a harness on it.
The
shoulder
original
strap.
The original Inspire Pro came with the harness that goes around your. People didn't know how to put the damn thing on. It goes from your back. Your arms go through it, and then you're wearing it like these guys are wearing theirs.
That's what I use at work. That exact same one, Jim, the grey one.
Right.
But I don't see any of these in these pictures. That this was made by, I think it was Dubrow. It was either Dubrow or Great Plains Company made it, and there was, back in the day.
Well, those prices are a lot less than I'm looking at on Florida Drone Supply. He wants $90 for the transmitter tray alone.
Well, here it is,
So,
right? Look
yeah.
at this. That's the one right there, Dubrow. Okay, $200 friggin' on eBay.
Because you can't get them, I guess.
Holy, yeah, that's the one that I have. I took the side things off. They kind of got in the way. I thought I don't need
What are
the
they?
palm
Are
rest.
Are they
wrist-
supposed to be armrests?
Yeah,
wrist
palm
rests.
rest. You set your hands down on them.
All right.
But they go on with a screw and a wing nut. So I took them off because I was flying with them, but it made it harder to reach down under the transmitter to get
Yeah.
to the C1 and C2 buttons. So
Yeah.
without them, it's fine because you just hold your hands up like this and it works great. But
Well, see, I like that
look at
turret next to it because it has an open bottom where you can get at those C1, C2 buttons.
I could.
I'm
see
glad
what
I'm not the only
Mitch-
one who actually uses them. Do you know how many people never ever use their C1 and C2 buttons? I couldn't.
Oh,
live
they're
with that.
terrific. They're perfect for just
I
if
love 'em.
nothing else, camera straight down and camera level.
Yeah.
Yep. I use it in Litchi a lot. I use the right hand, the C2 to drop waypoints. It's great.
I don't own Litchi. $25. Why am I don't understand why I would get that. GS Pro is free for what I use it for. And then I have
Big
the
difference.
Flight app.
The big difference between all of them and Litchi from me, Jim, is the ability to program terrain following. Like the job I'm flying at the moment, there's 390 feet variance between the lowest point and the highest point, and I've got to keep a standard height to get proper image acquisition. Litchi is a lot easier to program to fly like that.
You've got a precarious situation. Can you show a picture? Or no? You're still
Theoretically, I'm under.
Yeah, NDA. I know. That's
Yeah,
why
but I
asked.
could probably put something up. Just give me a second, mate, to find it, and I'll share a screen.
Yeah, let them see how weird your situation
All right,
is.
you can make me small again, Jim.
Honestly,
There you
that
go.
one that Mitch has, that looks like it'd be comfortable as far as.
It's very comfortable. You can wear that thing for hours, and I went and got the little foam to put on the where it sits on your shoulder.
Right.
Like a small pipe insulation is what it is.
Right.
You buy it at Lowe's, and it works. It works great.
I bet it would be real comfortable with some memory foam pad on there.
This is plenty comfortable. I mean, how long do you fly the friggin' drone for?
Well,
15, 20 minutes tops, and
nowadays, I get a half hour out of my batteries, and they keep trying to go longer. Even a half hour is for a long time for me. I mean, 10 minutes is all I need.
Yeah, you get up there and then you say, "Well, now what?" Unless
Yeah.
you're going for unless you're going for distance, ratings, trying to set records.
Which
You're
I'm
not
not.
going to fly general, run the battery all the way down to where you got to start sweating.
Hey, Mikey. Mike Gross joined us. Rigor
Oh, I
Mortis joined us. JDS, you guys have seen him.
Hi, Mike. Mike Roche, how you doing, buddy? I I meant to call you, Mike.
Mitch, you're small, by the way. You're showing your whole screen still.
I am. Oh, okay. How come I don't see it on the feed?
I don't.
I don't know, but
Oh yeah, I
you
do.
definitely
Okay,
saw-
all right. Hang on a second here. I'll get me back.
Is it okay to share my screen, Jim?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's
There
see
we
if I
go.
can-
Okay.
I've got to get the other 2 stickers that Ed has on that picture. I got the I did that one, but
There we
I
go.
helped. I don't
Make
have
it big
Ari.
for a minute, Jim.
There it is. Wait a minute. Ari's showing something.
This is my current office. That slope there is slipped down over the road.
There you
See that?
go. Look at this right here, guys. And you're actually doing the road though, right?
Yeah, and this is a Lychee waypoint mission that is flying now. I have to 3D image that slope to the left every week. This is
Now-
the road that the 290-ton boulders came down over onto the private property down below.
Dude, I
I
wouldn't
stand-
drive that road on my best day. On its best day, I wouldn't drive it.
I stand behind that little barrier when I'm flying, or I used to, because we all know that's going to protect me from a 290-ton boulder.
Yeah.
I'll just
Now, what happened there? Was that like a mudslide or a rock slide or what?
It's very old volcanic rock, and Australia being as stable as it is, it's been degrading for 300 million years, and it just gave way under torrential rain and slid down the side of the mountain.
That is incredible, man.
That would be stuck. That was stuck to be driving down the road when that gave way.
Oh yeah,
Nothing
I've
you
been
can do.
I've been down that road many a time on the motorcycle. It's a very, they call it the goat track. It's a very popular touring road. But yeah, as you can see, we had wonderful weather this day.
Now, what is the actual height of that rock part?
Okay, it's about 160 meters between the lowest and the top, and the top of the slope is actually virtually the top of the mountain. So what's happening is all of this cloud layer is coming over the top of the mountain and then being propelled downwards with the meteorological conditions.
Right, with the wind, yeah. In fact, I'm not seeing a lot of wind.
That peak is 160 meters, but how tall is the actual mountain itself?
Well, it's not a very big mountain by standards overseas, but here in Australia, remembering that our tallest mountain's about 6,500 feet. I think this one's about a 3,000-foot mountain.
Well, that's
I've
not
seen,
small.
I've seen some of those at, the world's most dangerous roads. You ever see those shows?
Yeah, well, that road, Jim, even at its best, it has a set of automated traffic lights at the top and at the bottom, and traffic is only allowed to go one way at a time.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike says that sounds good, Mitch.
Hey, props off.
Yeah, I just texted him my new number.
All right.
In Turkey, when I was stationed in Turkey, they had roads like that, and these on the side of mountains, with no rails and one lane wide, and you'd see wrecked trucks down at the bottom.
On the way up there, Mitch, every week there is a car over the side somewhere with all the police tape around it.
Oh God!
Every week.
They drive like maniacs on those roads too.
We just put this here. Paste. If you guys anybody wants to jump in, Mike.
That's not a mountain.
Make my screen.
Where's Carlos? Where the hell is Carlos?
Make my screen big for a minute, Jim.
Okay, Ed, where are you? You got these. You want
I
to show us
just want
the stickers?
People to see the stickers.
I love them.
Stickers
I
on
did
the
that. I helped. I just suck.
All right.
I know that's Biden and I know Pelosi in the middle. Who's the one on the right? I can't see.
That's the vice president.
Kamala Harris. Yeah, okay.
Kamala Harris, the world's most hated woman.
Yep.
I sort of feel sorry
I
for her.
wouldn't
You
go
know?
quite that far, but it's
Well,
definitely the most
between her and Hillary.
Pelosi might have her beat.
Yeah,
So
Hillary's a close second, if nothing else.
Where did you get that?
Well,
Justin?
yeah, I'll give you that.
Remember, I told you they sell them on Amazon. You get like 200 of them for like $20. Somebody gave me some though.
I gotta.
We don't want to talk politics, do we? Please?
No, but I want them on my car.
Oh, that's cool.
I'd love to have them on my car.
I don't know. You know, politics is part of life. I don't know. I try not to get too heavy into it. Well, yeah.
Every time you go to the gas station, you know,
yeah.
you're getting politics shoved up your ass.
Well, what did they think when they? What did he think when he closed the pipeline? You know,
Australia is totally different. You know, we think about politics for about 4 weeks before a general election, and then we forget the hell about it for another 3 or 4 years. We don't want to know. Let us know if you get us in a war. Otherwise, shut up.
Mikey, we're hearing your TV.
Holy shit.
You know what's funny, Ari.
My camera's not working either. That's weird.
What's funny is another YouTube I follow a lot is Sky News from Australia.
Yep.
And y'all got a lot of political shizzle going on down there too.
Look, it doesn't. You know, it does make it onto Sky News, which, to give them their credit, you know, they're one of the news services that are least influenced by political pressure. But seriously, the fact that I know the name of your speaker, your president, your vice president, would the average American know the Australian ones? We see more of your politics on our TV than we see our own.
well, Sky News. Whenever I've watched Sky News, it's been all about American politics.
And it's
Well, we're just wondering when you're going to drag us into the next war. Joking.
Give us a chance. We're working on it. You know.
They've been dead on. They've been dead on Sky News. If I want to see what's actually going on in America, I got to watch Sky News.
It's
We're
true.
already giving you subs for that, Ari. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's it. I got subs for that. Yep.
It's
I like Sky News. I don't always agree with what they say, but I like the fact that they call it without any slant one way or the other.
yeah.
No thanks, mate. He's a bit old and wrinkly even for my standards.
So I stopped and dropped off Chaos and Plummet's beanies that I got made.
Oh.
And Chaos printed these off.
I was gonna say, did you print that?
He's like, here, man. I got it off.
How you doing, Mike?
Not too bad. I've been
Good to
fighting
see you.
COVID over here, dude. The wife caught COVID, and I've been like quarantining in a 3,000 square foot house. It's kind of nice that way. She's got one corner, I got another. So
Wow.
it's
And
not.
did she get it
effective.
bad? Did she get it bad or just
Nah,
mild?
it's more like a flu to her. Just upset stomach, diarrhea, and the cough thing. But
Wow.
winded.
Think like,
That's the best
look, all of that stuff. But see, here's what she needs to know and what you all need to know. If you get sick with this stuff, when you get over it, you'll be healthier and you'll have a immune system.
I've got to answer.
We didn't go
I've got to answer.
vaccine. We didn't go vaccine just because we got COVID, man. We're just quarantining. That's all we're doing.
I've got to answer, Brian. Yes, we're a little south of Texas. We're also a little bigger, but shh, don't tell them.
We've actually discussed that with Matt before. The size of your country and our country.
I just say it's over.
You got like 320 million less people there, though.
Yeah, we've got a population of about 25 million in a land mass around the size of the continental US.
Yep.
But
that's because the whole center of your country is basically nothing. Yeah,
and
everything's on the coast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beyond being reclaimed for anything, you know. Like, I mean, I know that the States has deserts, but generally speaking, with a bit of work, you can exist in them if nothing else.
Right,
but
they do.
yes, some of ours, no, there's no existing in it.
Yeah, you guys are very similar to Canada as far as that's the way Canada is. Most of their
that
land
western
masses
part.
are used.
We're very, very similar to Canada. You know, we're both, you know, take the Queen as a head of state. We both love putting shit on America. In all the important demographics. I'm going to really pay for this later on, aren't I?
No, we've been putting a lot of shit on
Territory.
America too, believe it or not, with the way most of these Americans seem to be guiding this country.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of people aren't happy about it.
What a lot of people don't understand about Australians is we actually put the most crap on our friends. You know, it's only when somebody else does it that we get upset. Like, so if you watch Australians and Kiwis, New Zealanders, we are always putting the uttermost shit on each other. But if somebody else tries it, the fight's
Right.
on. You know, we put a lot of shit on Americans and vice versa. But I think both countries know, you know, where their allies are.
Exactly. When the shit comes down, who's going to be standing next to you? That's what
Well,
counts.
it's like we can talk shit to each other, but the minute that third party comes in, then we're both going to turn on them.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
You know, I never miss the opportunity for a dig, but it's always for the laughs. I would not want anybody to think that there's any genuine animosity there.
No, it's all cool. Mitch, you were talking about that Mavic 3. If you sit there, all the articles on it are absolutely wonderful. It's great camera and all this shit.
Most advanced drone ever made.
Yeah. And then you get to the people who are actually using it, and they don't even have the actual $5,000 cinema camera yet. The difference there is that it's got a 1 terabyte SSD built in, and it'll do ProRes 422, which is a lofty codec.
Have you seen the complaints about how long it takes to get the data off that?
Oh, I can imagine.
Well, it would. If you do it over a USB cable, it's going to
USB-C.
take forever. Yeah.
They provide 2 cables with it, apparently, Mitch. And the standard cable is excruciatingly slow, and the high-speed cable is just terribly slow.
Terribly slow. Well, in the Inspire, Jim, you had to pay big bucks for that SSD, and what was it, another $1,000? Another $1,000 for the license for the ProRes.
The license for the ProRes, you had to buy. It was a 512 gigabyte SSD, and you had to buy the SSD reader. So when you take it out, now you got this SSD. You got to plug it into a DJI SSD reader, and then plug that. What a scam!
So basically, for $5,000, you can make a YouTube video where you take off, go straight up, look this way, look that way, and do a return to home and comment about how close it got to the landing pad.
What are you doing with a $5,000 Mavic 3? Because you ain't using that in Hollywood. You know?
No, that's what I'm saying. Can that be used for Hollywood stuff, or is it not quite there yet?
I don't think
It's
so.
not ready.
Allegedly, it can,
You're
Mitch,
trying-
or it will be.
They're trying to
Supposedly it's got the
say
capabilities.
they're trying to say that Mavic 3 is gonna be equal to their X5S cameras. Okay, except the little problem of, the sensor's too large and you can't put any prime lenses on it.
What
would you use it for?
What was like we were talking about last week, Jim, about how we think that they've hit a plateau of what they can fit into a drone that size.
Well, what I wanted
There's
to
not
ask
much
you
more
guys
they can do.
was, you remember when the Mavic 2 Pro first came out and everybody was bitching about the line skipping and the pixel binning, and DJI said it was because of the heat.
Well, they never said that, but that's what people, tracked it down to be. Yeah.
Right. So how come we magically have a micro four thirds camera now that's shooting 84 friggin' degrees?
Apparently, Jim, they've looked in it and there's no image cropping or pixel binning or anything in it. But I'm with you, and Justin says they can only lift so much. Well, do you anyone here remember that special edition Phantom 4 that was released with the detachable lenses? You know, for a while it hit all of the leaks and everyone thought that was going to be the Phantom 5, but it turned out it was a special build by DJI for a corporate.
Yeah, it never happened. It never happened.
Well, they did. They released a few of them, Mitch, for a one-off customer. You know, they made them. But the point is,
it was a
if they can make
custom-made thing.
Well, if they can make them for one-off, you can't tell me that they couldn't make a commercial version with detachable lenses. It could be done.
But they didn't want to compete with I don't think they wanted to compete with their Inspires. And that's what drives most of their decisions is how close do we want to get to the more expensive model above it? How many of the features, because then people won't buy the expensive. So they cut them short. They cut them just short enough where if you want that little extra thing, you gotta buy the next commercial version of the drone.
The higher grade.
So are they still selling Inspire?
Yes.
They're still selling Mavic 2s, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they finished production, but they're selling them on run out. You know, the thing is, until they will come, but until they can get a software rolling shutter to equal performance of a hardware shutter, they're not always going to cannibalize from each other. You know, anyone who buys a Phantom 4 now wants a hardware shutter.
If Apple's in the name, there's money involved.
Bingo.
Oh, you bet your ass.
And there's no open sourcing whatsoever.
Exactly. I was just going to say.
Anything from anybody else.
Well, you've noticed it taking.
That's why
I've got to make a.
So well.
I've got to make a run for it, Jim. I'm glad to be able to join you. I got rained out at work today, so unusual. You know, usually I'm driving up the mountain when I'm listening to the stream. Thanks for having me on.
All right,
everybody on
Ari, good to see you. Good to see you.
You take care, everybody in the chat, and I'll catch up with you. If not here next time, then perhaps with that.
Focus.
Good day.
Appreciate it.
Good day.
Later, Ari. But you know, Mitch, another big thing that people are complaining about is they feel like it's a consumer drone, but they're trying to sell it for a pro price.
All right, and even
high price consumer.
Even they're calling it. Now, see what I wanted to show here was the new vision detection focusing system.
What I think everybody overlooks is that it doesn't matter if you've got the cinema version or the regular version. It's all the same exact fucking drone.
It's the same drone, same camera.
Change the firmware that they've applied to it to make it better.
Yes.
Which means that, you know, it's just an open for them to do something later with the same thing that they've already done and still make more money off it.
Well, you know, they must look at the DSLRs and the term prosumer. You know, they use that, they throw that word around, but there are Nikon bodies and Canon bodies and Sony bodies that sell for $5,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how much better are they really than the $1,500 camera? They have just a little edge, I guess.
Was it a better aperture or something? You know?
Just some of those lenses cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Your prime lenses are everything to a sensor. And then you're sitting there, like we were talking about, there's some of these ND filter companies that they failed to tell you that they're using plastic instead of optical glass and all this.
How the hell can they do that?
I've seen them. Cheap ND filters. They're using
if you
plastic.
Want, you know, they're cheap. That's why they're cheap.
Hey, might be the Drone Ranger. He popped in. He's saying hello, Ed. But it just seems like some kind of scam, Mitch. Anybody who's had a DSLR.
I've never seen a plastic filter for a DSLR, though. First of all, they're so big that I don't know.
Well, look at the DJI X7. They created, just to keep you locked in, right? They created their own set of lenses that are on a DL mount that they make. Okay, they're all carbon fiber lenses to keep them lightweight. It's almost another $5,000 for a set of lenses that only go on the DJI X7.
Well, you know, their market for that product is the same market that's spending $80,000 for a red camera. You know, production, Hollywood production, news, media outlets. You know, they think nothing about spending, or even law enforcement thinks nothing about spending 10, 20, 30,000 bucks for a toy.
Public money. They don't care.
I'm going to
their
ask
money.
a stupid question.
Yeah.
Okay. So, why do you need filters anyway? Can't you just change the camera settings to make up for that?
You can. You can go to change your f-stop as far as f11, which makes it smaller. But you normally want to keep your ISO, you want to keep that as low as you can. Say your ISO is at 100, so you're getting the most out of the picture into the sensor. That's why we use D-Log, because if you use D-Log, the sensor isn't worrying about processing the color. It's worrying about getting the most of the picture. That's why you get a 10-bit depth of color in a D-Log shot, but only 8 bits of red, green, blue, RGB in a normal shot, in an auto shot.
Now, is the Mavic 3 running at a higher bit rate? Because that's one argument I've seen online.
It runs at 140 megabits a
140,
second
okay.
on the D-Log, and up to 240 on the H.264. With, you know, it's a crushing codec, H.264. Why did I just get this?
Funny, Mike.
Even people think that 422 ProRes, they think that's a raw codec. It's not. It's a lossy codec. Where is that? Let me just go to this. DJI.com. Okay, there's the store. I want to go over to products. Enterprise.
But you know, all the guys I see online that are arguing about the Pro or the Pro 3 being a pro drone, 90% of them are doing real estate work.
Yeah.
It's not anything.
Yeah, but for
like
real
you
estate
do.
work, you don't need. Nobody demands. They demand a 20, at most a 20 megapixel still.
Right.
But
Okay,
see,
which you can get with a Mavic 2, but nobody's asking for ProRes video for a house listing.
Well, that's their argument though. When you try to say that people like Jim and Dre don't want that drone because it doesn't bring nothing for them to the table to use it, and then they're like, well, pros still want to use it, but then when they get in the argument, it's always real estate that comes up in the argument.
But look at the price right here. It's $5,299 to buy an Inspire 2 with the X5S camera. Okay, why would I buy a Mavic 3? Now Now you've got a camera that you can change prime lenses on, and there's a difference between a lens and a prime lens. Like the Olympus 14 to 42 zoom lens I have is just a lens. It's not a prime lens.
Well, prime lens does not zoom. It's a fixed.
So
focal
the
length.
DJI Mini 2 itself does a 12 megapixel. I mean, how far off are you with the Mini 2 for $500 versus 3,000 to 5,000?
Yeah, most real estate videos.
You know what I mean?
Anybody with a Mini 2 could probably shoot
Right.
a video
That's what I'm saying.
wildly, because most of that stuff's viewed on.
The Mini 2.
That stuff's viewed online anyway. It's not
Right.
viewed on huge screens. It's viewed on the internet.
Exactly.
96 DPI. You know.
Look at the price here, Mitch.
My phone will do the same.
You're paying $3,000 for the X7 and almost $5,000 for the set of lenses.
And they're still selling them. I don't imagine they sell too many of them, but I
Well,
guess if you're if you're a Hollywood studio
This
and
is
you want
Hollywood
drone shots,
well,
that's what you need.
It's 24 megapixel quality out of that.
Well, let's face it, too much. Most people are viewing this shit on their phones, too.
Build you a Cine.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need 4K or, I mean, 1080 60 looks good on a phone.
Just get you a heavy list Cine.
Yeah, but what you forget about is that as far back as with the Inspire 1 Pro, I've had 5.4K the entire time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're trying to pass this shit off as it's new. No, the only thing new about it is you stopped selling batteries to the less expensive products.
What's up, Matt?
Whoever fits the market is the best.
Yeah, and that's what they do to us. Look, that Inspire 1 Pro was $5,000 originally, and this is the Inspire 2. So, which they can't stop selling batteries to.
With the Inspire.
That is
They're showing like chasing drift cars and shit like that. How many people? They're all doing that shit with fucking GoPros and FPV drones now. Fuck the Inspire.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the Inspire drone is a lot of fun to fly.
I bet it would be. It's a beat.
Well, let's face it, it's a sexy looking drone, too.
Oh, it can move in the air, man. In Addy mode.
Hey, Matt.
It's a dream.
Hey, Matt, how you doing, buddy?
Mitch, how are you, mate? Been a while.
I'm doing good, man. I'm
boys, I got to cook coffee.
I'm doing well, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah, I was listening in earlier when you were talking about, your sauna bizzo and what have you, and having to go back and tell them that there's something not quite right here. And yeah,
and I got a helicopter ride out of the deal, which was
that's probably
sweet.
That was interesting. I've never been medevaced anywhere before.
In the helicopter, I mean, if you were laying on your back on a sidecar, it probably wasn't very entertaining.
No, it wasn't MASH-like. It was it was a Sikorsky thing, and it had two doors in the back that opened up underneath the back, so you kind of go in under the tail boom, and they slide you into the helicopter that way. And it was one of those with the enclosed tail rotor, the round hole with the tail rotor in it. But it was all of like a 4-mile flight. It was unbelievable. And then the bill comes for the helicopter ride.
Oh, I bet that was
20 for a 4-mile helicopter. I was $23,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, $23,000 is what they built. Now the helicopter was owned by the same company that was the insurance company and owns the hospital. So it's their own helicopter. So they ended up, the amount that they paid, which was allowed by Medicare, came out to about $2,000, about 10% of what they actually built.
See, now this is where drone delivery comes in. They could have got 10 odd drones just to lift up.
I could have gotten my son. Listen, I could have got right in the front seat of my son's car because he drove me to the hospital. I could have been there. I could have been there an hour faster.
Yeah,
had I just gotten in the car, as opposed to this $22,000 helicopter.
He's not as small as that.
Really?
They could have saved him about half the cost. But
attach a couple
that was nuts. And the deal was that the way they build it out was they build the base. You know how you get in a taxi and they start the meter at $1, $1.50, $2, and then it's 20. Well, the base starting meter for the helicopter was $21,000. There was $900 worth of mileage. But if you just get in the helicopter and they start the motor, the rotor's going, you're in for $21,000.
I do hear pilots are in high demand currently.
What are you showing us a pencil for, Jim?
There's a new vibrator.
This saved me $1,000.
A pencil eraser.
That eraser.
Just the tip.
I was about to throw my Inspire Pro with the X5 camera and the Z-axis and all the boxes are up there that they charge you the living shit out of for each piece, and then the connector that holds the phone, and then you had to get the Rode mic Mini. What the hell is that thing? The Rode Video Micro. You had to buy that to sit on there, and the whole thing together comes to $1,000. Nothing would work. 4 batteries, checking each one of them, can't get it to work. I find before Mitch, I was 3 seconds from how far can I get it?
Your Osmo?
Yeah, the Osmo Pro, yeah.
Yeah.
I took the pencil, stuck it down in there on the metal tentacles that you can't see, and I'm just sitting there turning it, and that's all it was.
Yeah, over the years. I mean, those things are old now. They're, what, 3 years old?
But you check out your batteries. I mean, everything's got a connector on it. Before you drive yourself insane, take a pencil eraser to them and clean them off every
Good
now
idea.
and then.
Well, Jim, I'm gonna bug out, and it was fun. I'll do it more often with you guys. So
I'm glad to have you back. I know you had needed to take some time for yourself, and you didn't miss anything, Mitch.
I've been looking at YouTube, but I haven't really seen a whole lot that interests me in the drone deal. It's that DJI, as far as I'm concerned, and the level of photography that I do, they've priced themselves out of what makes sense for me. You know, they almost did that with the Mavic too, but now when they start talking about, $5,000 for a Mavic,
you've got the 2 Pro. You got the 2 Pro.
I've got the 2 Pro. I got a 2 Pro and a 2 Zoom. Okay, so I figure with those 2 drones, I can do 4K. I can be covered for anything that I might need, and the few commercial jobs that I do, 4K is more than enough.
Yep.
I can get 20 megapixel frames. I like the software. It works. Everything works. And I think the Mavic 2 has finally, they finally matured it with getting the software. What is that noise?
Jim's
getting
bored.
this.
My vacuum cleaner.
It's
man.
my
okay.
The world's smallest shop vac.
Okay. Getting the software to where it works. And I don't use most of those fancy features anyway. I generally hand fly the drone through all of it. I don't use the quick things like,
The modes.
the modes. I don't
I've
use
never
any of that
used
shit.
them.
No. So that's going to be good enough for me, and I'm going to start flying the FPV again because all that vertigo that I had from the thing has gone. So I don't.
All of it's gone
worry
now?
about getting dizzy. All the vertigo and dizziness. I don't have any of that anymore.
Okay,
so
good.
I can hang upside down now. I can move my head in any position.
I don't know that you should do that, Mitch.
Do what?
The chair that you talk about.
Well, I do for 2 minutes.
What's the
3
name
minutes.
of that thing? What's the name?
Well, the one that I have is called an orthopod. It's not. You don't hang from your ankles. You go over it like a sawhorse.
Okay.
And I'm only upside down for a couple minutes, but enough to stretch my back out. It really
That's
does
what they
good.
were sold for, saving your back.
Yeah,
and they actually work from what I.
It does
what I
work.
hear.
It does work because it opens up. It extends your back, and the fluids can get between the discs and lubricate them, and that makes it all the difference in the world.
And if you've got a herniated disc, it'll allow it to maybe slide back in.
Maybe I don't know. I have some compressed discs, so it works great. Works great for me. I've had a bad back for 30 years, and I do this once every 3-4 days, and I have no pain. So much better than drugs.
Anything yes, that's what I was going to say. Anything you can do besides that avenue is nothing but a plus. Believe me.
Well, I mean, the drugs just take pain away. They don't solve the problem hanging up.
Well, they create other problems for you. They all have
yes.
Yeah, they all have side effects, and then they give you more drugs to counter the side effects, and
it starts with constipation and goes on from there.
Yeah,
the side effects.
All right, guys. Good night, all. Take care. Good to see you, and hopefully I'll be doing this more often.
Yes. So, thank you very much, Mitch.
All right. Adios, guys.
Good to see you, buddy.
I want to say one thing. I was watching a live that Jim and Matt did about a little over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 things that I noticed. Jim has gotten more knowledgeable over the years. Matt is still as big of a dick as he was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I saw that comment.
Did you expect anything more?
Well, Jim could only ever go up. Let's be honest.
I only had one way to go.
You can't go down, brother.
Oh, Matt, did I show you this, Matt? This is not for the deck.
Yeah, it is for the. You've got it the wrong way around, brother.
This is not for the deck.
That's ball air.
This is where your coccyx bone goes. It has a comfortable hump here for the boys.
That's for the vagina. That's
where the boys go. The vagina.
Yeah, you flip it one way if you got a vagina. You flip it the other way.
He's got that the wrong way around.
Male and female versions.
Pop, a wet one. Yes.
Oh God, that's ridiculous.
See, this is how bored Justin gets, because he comes up with all that other shit there with the Amazon comments and all that sort of crap. And he's going back to one of my live streams from 2 years ago. Oh my God, Justin, you were bored shitless that night, weren't you?
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was either your first or second live stream you ever did.
Oh, we were knocking each other off back then. We were killing each other, bitching back and forth at each other. Like schoolgirls, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit later on though, that one, Justin, because my first bum was just me and Peter Carroll. And
Matt said his first bum.
Hey?
Just break it in, right? Your first bum.
My first bum. I'm not missing something.
Lost in translation.
Yeah, it's lost in translation. His first bum.
Google. First bum? I said my first show. How'd
like
you get bum out of that?
Your first ass?
Right. His first piece.
Okay, we'll go with that.
No, I actually watched almost the whole damn show, though.
Was it me and him?
It was you, him. I want to say, shit, who else was it? I want to say it was Ron and maybe Brian, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember who the fourth person was. No, it was Peter Carroll.
Oh, that's right. Those are the days when Peter Carroll came on with the bird.
His bird was in a different position every week.
Yeah.
And then we had Lens Envy.
Yes.
That was hilarious. That was the Lens Envy. Bloody, what's his name? Ron comes out and goes, "Look at this new lens I bought." Tiny little.
So many good times.
So pathetic. Anyway, Peter Carroll turns off his camera and he comes back and turns it on. He's got one about this freaking big.
His ears are burning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, zoom lens from hell, yeah.
Mate, he could have zoomed in on LA from here. Oh God.
Man, I'll tell you what. I just came on just for the purpose because I haven't shaved in several days, just to give you grief.
Look, it's the first thing I noticed. I thought, well, they've gone live from the zoo. No, they haven't. It's Steve hasn't had a shave.
Bill joined us. Steve joined us. Gary from Brant Aerials. He's starting up already. Hump is for the mangina.
Oh, here we go.
The
Here we
hump
go.
on my cushion. My cushion.
That was when Mad Kiwi was on. Jim.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the live show, and then he left, and then Peter Carroll, then he came back, and then because his internet was pretty cruddy back then, Craig's was.
Yes. He used to have to use his phone, I think.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. But there were quite a few shows there where it was just, oh my God.
There was one where Matt had this ridiculously huge headset on. That thing was bulky as crap.
Really?
Yep. You know what? I put that on. Yeah, that was my PlayStation one, and I put that on. I put that on because I couldn't hear Adrian. He was so quiet. I was like, beep, 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 beep. Right? I was like, I can't hear that. So I popped on the bloody headset and I could hear him then. That's the reason I used them. But that was good for listening to music, but not so much of a live stream, is it? The big bloody things they are.
And now because of Adrian, Matt has learned that having actual audio and surround sound is way better than using a headset because you don't hear all the bullshit either.
There it is.
That's
There
a
you go.
wide. That's a wide band on there.
Yeah, dude, that's huge.
Why is it so wide?
Futuristic.
Is that a feature?
Doesn't look futuristic. It looks like a headset from 1980.
Dude, that's what all the rockers use, man.
It is.
No, man. You want to talk about 80s, man? Go back
Band-Aids,
to
keeping them back to that analog audio.
the Cost 4 Studio Pros that I had. They were only that wide. That thing, what it does is it balances out. Jordy.
Brilliant. These are 3D headset. You can pop it over and it's got a screen in there, right? And you just, this is meant. Oh, Jim's 3D now. Oh, Justin's 3D now too.
I've never seen a set so wide.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a PlayStation, mate. PlayStation.
What is the feature of that? Why am I echoing? And what is the feature of that being so wide? This thing is thin as hell. Look at it.
This is the you need one of these wide things. There's a little bit of a patch there. You might want to cover it.
It doesn't mess your hair up that way.
This is
Bluetooth.
Well, see, the thing is, the battery on these things are huge, right? So that the battery takes up this whole section.
Is that like a cell phone battery, flat battery?
Yeah, one of those.
Is that one of those solar rechargeable type?
It's solar panels.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Well, they are all about going green down there in Australia.
Be going and headbutting a shitload of people soon. Let me tell you, it's going to be anyway.
Hey,
so how is everybody?
Hey,
Not bad, mate.
Steve, I gotta ask you this question. So, have you done any Christmas looting this year?
Have I done any what?
Christmas looting.
Looting.
No.
I hear it's all the rage in California.
Yeah, that's it up in LA, not down here in Orange County area. In fact, our sheriff came out with a post on Facebook and Twitter on their sites and saying what may be happening in other cities in our state. We are in touch with all the major department stores, the malls, the plazas, and we will come in a blink of an eye.
What the hell's going on now, Steve? What's going on in LA?
The smash and grabs?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, they passed the ordinance. When was it? It's been over a year now. That you have to steal over, it's either $995 or $999 in order to become
a felon.
A felony, a charge. Otherwise, it's just a misdemeanor, and they write you a ticket and let you go.
Holy shit!
But this is the thing.
So
It's
like
10 or 15.
TV is a fucking open game now, huh?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Up in LA, these guys were going into Target.
No worry.
They were going into Target. They'd go to the backpack aisle. They'd get a backpack and then start going through and filling it up. Put the backpack on and not run out, just walk out.
Yeah.
I mean, just like and looking at you going. And just take off and go.
Well, think about it too, Mike. When 20 people go into one department store and they all steal $800 worth of shit, that adds up.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to work at Kmart, man. I know.
I don't understand.
People used to walk out of the fucking like home and garden section with like TVs and shit in their shopping carts. It's only gonna flag a fucking few people or whatever out of the fucking lawn and garden section.
Right.
They got electronics going out the door with the beep, 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 beep. And by the time they get to their car, dude, they're gone, dude.
Yeah, but at our Walmart, at our Walmart, 2 and 3 guys will grab you when you go if you're stealing shit on the way out the door.
Yeah, but you're also in Florida too, Jim. It's different down here.
Yeah, but see, in California, they've been having these flash mobs where it's like 30 guys running in there at one time.
Yeah, even up to 60. The one up in Walnut Creek, it was 60 people. And 60? You know what they're doing? And it's being organized on Facebook.
Holy shit!
These things are all organized, where to go, where to hit, and where to park, and how to set up, and which stores are going to.
That's insane.
In fact, we just had an off-duty officer
They're
that
only
was
gonna catch so
working
many.
protection for the news agency. Hello, Ron.
National Geographic has entered the building.
Working for the news agency was shot and killed protecting the news crew.
Well, and this is the other thing too.
Over
is
the
that,
weekend.
They're going, like you said, they're going in there with mobs of people and hitting a store for $20,000-$30,000. This is why 6 or 7 Walgreens in San Francisco shut down. So like,
well, actually, there's going to be a total of 12 shutting down.
Yeah,
not counting all the other major department stores.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can see it though, man. I mean, you get a few people on Facebook together, and you can go hit a Walmart like. Okay, so 2 of you are going to get caught, but we've got 30 of us, man. How much do we make off that grab?
wait till
You know what I
Walmart
mean?
starts shutting stores down.
Yeah, see, they're not hitting.
Catch a few.
They're not hitting Walmart. They're
I'll
hitting
hook you up,
high-end
brother.
stores,
I'll bail you out
Apple
of jail.
stuff like that.
No, they're hitting Walmarts too. I saw a whole mob of guys go in and grab a bunch of TVs. Dude, when Walmart starts shutting down stores, it's going to be a serious issue.
Not too much here. It's mainly the big, the malls and department stores are getting hit because the last one over the weekend was a jewelry store. They came in prepared, man. I mean, they came in with sledgehammers, what they call a half jack, a 3-pound jackhammer, small jack, to bust the cases apart because that stuff is like bulletproof glass on the showcases. And they busted the hell out of them, came in there, cleaned it out, and took off. And then what they're doing is they're going to the swap meets and places and setting this stuff up, and then they're selling the stuff they stole.
Oh, I'm sure eBay's flooded with a lot
Yeah,
of
because
stolen
swap
stuff
meets,
right now.
nobody's fucking watching shit. It's not like a pawn shop where you gotta regulate what's coming in and all, write it all down, all that shit. Swap meets, that shit's just fucking fair game. Anybody's money.
Well, down here in Florida, we just shoot them.
What were you saying, Ron?
I was just say this time of year and everything, stuff is up, and one of my fellow guys just 3 days ago went to Best Buy, and unfortunately, it was his fault. He left his truck unlocked, but fortunately for him, he came back at the right second and was looking across the parking lot and thought what he saw was his door closing. Well, here he's got his $5,000 rifle in the back seat, and the guy sitting beside the vehicle beside him had his rifle in his car. I'm not sure I would have handled it the way he did, but
I'd have been whooping someone's ass.
I would have yanked the son of a bitch out of the car.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, and who's with me on this, if you loot, riot, and burn down your own town, put a fence around the fucking thing. Don't rebuild it. Just leave it. You ruined it. Now live with it.
Well, this is the problem, though, too, Jim, though, is some of these cities that have been burnt down, or even these smaller cities like the size I live in, most of the people that are coming and looting don't even live in those areas.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
So
That
why is it
is
fair
the problem.
I mean, if my city gets torn down and 90% of the rioters don't live here,
Well, even like the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, when that was going on, the police were constantly scanning all the streets all around.
Right.
They found pallet loads of bricks dropped off in stages in places in town.
Yeah, preparation.
This is for you, Ron. It's 54 degrees here.
Jim.
It was damn near 60 2 days ago.
I'm kind of pissed at you, Jim, because
I'm sorry. So what did you do? What did you do wrong?
I don't know how you get that from that, but anyway, you used to have your notifications up. So if I sent you something in Messenger, it would have shown while you were sharing your screen.
Yeah, on TV. Yeah.
And you've turned them off. So I sent that message in all expectation that it was going to pop up on your screen.
What a troll!
Oh,
And it didn't. It didn't.
He was trolling you. And
I
it
thought
didn't
this was
work.
about Friday.
Let's
man.
rectify that.
He's mad because his troll didn't work.
Let's
There you go.
There you go. That was supposed to pop up on your screen, mate.
Oh, I thought that this was over Friday, Matt. Him not answering any of us.
Man card revoked.
Smallest jukebox.
Damn it.
On sale.
Hey, if you wonder where I get these tiny things, it's oh, look at this, world's smallest tape dispenser,
Oh, Jesus.
smallest pin. I'm serious. They are tiny as shit. I've got the what have I got over here? The boom box and the
Oh, dude, what's the range
radio.
on the microphones, dude? I mean,
I don't know, but these things actually work. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that, 100 foot.
I could just.
It's amazing. They're making.
I'm just wondering if three stories would be too much, or
Apparently
can you
not.
do a full house on it, or what?
Hey, Ron, are you going to be home on Friday night, mate?
Oh, that's pretty bad if he is.
Well, pizza time.
I haven't quite finished what I'm doing, and it will be ready by Saturday morning.
Oh,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about too.
Smallest laser gun.
What?
That's good though.
How does he know what we're talking about?
Jim doesn't know. He didn't show up on Friday.
How does Ron know what you're talking about?
I told him I'm going to do an intro for him, but he doesn't know.
did.
He doesn't know what it is.
No.
It's pretty damn good.
Clip on option. That lamp was clip on option.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's a clip on option.
Oh, yeah,
That's the last thing, yeah.
I'm sure one segment, Matt, is what you thought when my microphone scraped my shirt. The old Ron farted.
That wasn't no scrape.
It wasn't no
Yeah,
scrape, brother.
that's no
Wasn't a
scrape.
Wasn't a scrape. That was unless the air was scraping past your butt cheeks. That was.
Well, see, Jim, you would have known that he told Ron if you were there on Friday. I mean, right, Matt?
Didn't bother.
I was in what?
Well, I mean, Jim didn't turn up last week, right? So anyway,
I didn't get
messaged
my
Jim.
phone call, did I?
Yeah, you did.
And we messaged you, both of us did.
But yeah, message you. So I'm ringing. There's no answer. There's no answer.
Bullshit.
So what do? I start ringing the local hospitals. Jim Boyd, is he there? No, he's not. I just
Yeah.
rang everywhere, mate. I
You
couldn't.
lying bastards.
And then I rang the insane asylum, and he was there.
Look,
Go back to the hair dryer. Jim, go back to the hair dryer, dude. Could you imagine me trying to use that shit?
What
Fuck,
was that?
dude.
Which one was?
But
No,
the smallest hair dryer.
Jim, I sent you a
Vacuum.
message.
Yeah, dude. That's gonna take a minute, bro.
Jim, I sent you a message November 26th at 7:27. I said, "Where are you at?" And you have still yet to look at it.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Messenger.
Bill. Who's
And
Bill?
Mike, these things are only like look, $10 or less.
Yeah, but it's gonna take me like 4 hours to dry my fucking hair. Dude.
I doubt it even gets that hot, Mike. It probably goes regular.
No,
Dude, I can't
Right
wait
on,
that
Mike.
long.
they seriously work. They
It
seriously
goes
work.
half my day, man. I'll be late for work for sure.
I just read that.
Mike, that's spot on.
Oh my god, that ain't gonna work, bro.
I can imagine if it's anything like the vacuum, you'll be there for a while.
Yeah, right.
Jim even has a little miniature middle finger too. He likes to show.
I gotta
it every
like,
once in a while.
I gotta start drying my hair the day before I go to work.
Oh, look at that, Matt. It says details are hidden while you're sharing.
Yeah, it wasn't like that before. and it sucked. And when I sent the message and it came up, doing details hidden. Ah,
You mean this little fickle finger of fate?
The hair dryer.
why is there poo on the end of that, Jim?
A what?
I'm mad he looked at it too.
A what on the end of it?
Don't act like you didn't. He said, "Why is there poo on the end of it?" And then he looks down at it. It's like, "Oh shit, I didn't wipe it off."
It's under the fingernail.
Yeah, it's under the
My
nails.
sock.
It's inside the nails. You sick bastards.
We're not the one that didn't clean it.
But you're the one who used it.
I don't think so. All the way from here. Yeah. I'll just send it back via mail to. Ed's back. Oh. I've been too busy with the work and I'm mostly playing Flying Giants.
What are you talking about?
And Ari misspoke earlier. He said I have a Mini 1, but he should have said I had one.
That's a Mini 2, mate.
Or a Mini 2.
Yeah, because you've got it. He may never see it again.
No, I haven't got it. I haven't got it. I don't know. I gave it back to him. I don't know. I posted it. Did it get lost in the mail?
It's in the mail, like my check.
What? Yeah. Well, see, if I stuff around with it as much as I do in DaVinci, they won't know it's a Mini 2 anyway. They'll think it's my Mavic. So,
Hey,
I'll
Justin,
get away with it.
who were we talking with last week that I said I was going to send the
That's my microphone.
the drone to? Because I haven't gotten an email from him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Last week, we were talking about stamming the kids, and I said, I'll donate a tello to this kid. And I put my email on screen and everything, but I haven't gotten an email from him.
I don't know who it was.
Matt, is that your microphone?
I'm just trying to work that out.
Matt has a bad microphone, really?
No, it's not Matt. I've got him muted right now.
Have you still got the echo?
It's Ed. It was Ed's mic.
But you can
Right.
still
It
mute
wasn't
Matt.
me. I wasn't here.
He's got his
Look at Ron. Look at Ron clutching at straws.
Good night.
No.
I would, man.
Yeah.
Ron thought it was him again. Wait a minute. I don't have these earbuds on.
No, I'll try to get. Can I run your Matt back? Yeah,
No, that's only when he's at work, and then he has all those problems.
Mike and Ed both just dropped off.
Mike. Okay. See you later, Mike.
They did. They
He pulled a gym and
and
just
order a pizza for Ron.
Okay, boys. I'm not sure if I am working. Take care, peeps. That was Mike Night Train. He was in the middle of talking, and he went. Psst.
Well, he
Okay,
did a
boy,
gym,
I'm not
Boyd.
here.
You
I'm
know, he
working
just
working in.
doesn't even say bye. He just quits.
What's that? Sounds like Jim's end of the show.
Oh, working
Okay,
in the morning in the AM.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
right.
Hey, Jim, I was going to bring something up to you guys. I know you were talking about it earlier when you were talking about, you were talking about the Air 2S and you were talking about the Mini and then the SE and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Costco's got, Matt knows about this. Costco's got the Mini 2 in their bundle kit for $349, which comes with an extra battery and a case and a micro SD card for the same price as just buying the drone only from DJI. And they have
the Mini 2 or the Mini 2?
The Mini 2, and they have the Air 2S bundle for $999.
Is it the normal Fly More bundle, or is it? Was it
their bundle. You get one extra battery and a case.
Somehow Costco has a deal with DJI because Steve says that their bundles are actually different than like a Flymore kit bundle.
Yeah, me and Steve were talking about that last week.
Yeah, we were talking about it last week.
Yeah, about how they got these weird bundles that nobody else has. But it's always 2 batteries, like with their bundles. You don't ever get 3.
Yeah.
It's just 2.
But the same price for the drone. I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah, but the battery is $150, isn't it?
Yeah,
they're
I know.
What,
Well,
for
on
the
the-
Mini 2?
On the Mini,
No, the
I'll
Mini,
take- I
their
take it
2
back.
batteries are only 115.
Well, the Mini we just showed was
The Mini 2
$291.
batteries, yeah, but the Mini 2 batteries, I think, are only like $50 or $60.
There's Ed. Ed, you and Mike both dropped off the screen at the same time.
there you go. I'll share this with you.
Last
Well,
time I
I
bought it,
thought you were saying I was echoing.
no, your mic.
$989 for the Air 2S.
And then click the.
Oh, and it's a bundle too.
Well, it comes with an extra battery. It comes with the SD card.
Oh, so you don't get extra props and all that other stuff?
You know, recently I've been using just the 8 gigs of memory in the drone to do my videos because I don't ever use that much up in one flight.
That's including a 128 gigabyte card too.
Let's see. Specification. Where's the thing?
It's
What's in the box?
DJI
What was that,
gun.
Matt?
What do you need extra props for?
I know you were thinking something. What was that?
Nothing good.
You
Yeah,
didn't
I
hear
know.
me, but it's all right.
Nothing good can come from this.
He's gotten wise about adjusting his glasses, but I'm catching on.
Yeah. This is the, but
Gonna
for
say it
the,
now. Say it.
It changes his head.
Yeah.
for the Air 2S, that's a heck of a deal. And then the Mini is this one here for $439, and this comes. I got this for my son for Christmas.
Well, I appreciate it. You didn't have to buy that for me. I mean,
Well, you probably are old enough to be my son.
The
Have you
DJI
replaced
Mini
your drone
2.
yet?
What's that?
Have you replaced your drone yet, Justin?
no, I haven't. I think I'm gonna when I have some extra money, I think I'm just gonna send it to
Steve,
QC
what's the
guy
specs on that?
and see how much
On
he would
this?
charge
The
me. to
Mini
fix
2,
it.
yeah.
Just keep
It'll
talking,
shoot
Jim.
4K.
Yeah, no
I don't
problem.
know.
Just missed all of that, Justin.
You didn't
It
bother
just-
me at all.
They just got the basic stuff on here. You know, it's the same thing that's on the Air, on my Air 2. You got a 4-time digital zoom if you're shooting 1080.
4 times. Yeah, handy as. Now, what did you say, Justin?
I said I was thinking about when I had some extra money, maybe to send it to QC guy and just get an estimate and see how much he would charge to fix it. And if it's close to what it is new, I'll just buy another one.
Just bloody.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
bunch
look,
of
mate.
shops that actually fix them.
What I really
Matt-
want you to do.
Matt's done it himself.
Yeah.
Replace the cameras.
Yeah, I do. They're not hard to do. Not hard to do.
Yeah, but I don't have the patience for that. And from what I've been told by a lot of people, he actually doesn't charge an arm and a leg to do to fix drones. He
This goes with
actually
the
is reasonable.
128 card.
That's what you were showing on the Mini 2 was a 128 card too.
They show on the thing 32 on the one that I bought. Let's see.
Is this the one, the Air 2S, is that the one that they were complaining that it's like too plasticky?
That's got the 1-inch sensor. See, this is only a 32.
Oh, 32 gigabyte card. DJI Mini 2.
Mini,
Ultralight, foldable.
If I was you, Justin, I'd just get a Mini 2 if it's coming into close. I mean, I don't know what your situation is, but mate, it's brilliant. Brilliant. The camera on that thing is sensational.
Well, I have the Mini 2.
You have got the Mini 2?
I've got the Mini 1, the Mini 2, and the Air 2.
Right. Well, don't worry
But
about
the
what I
Mini
just said
2
then.
was the one I crashed, unfortunately.
Oh, it was the Mini 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I said I was going to maybe send it to QC guy and get an estimate on it. But because they said he's really good on his prices as far as it's a lot cheaper than sending it to DJI.
Well, if you end up getting a another one, if you have to buy another one, I'll pay for freight. You send that crap one to me, will you? Because I'm looking for a busted up secondhand one because I've got a video I want to make.
How much would it cost to send it though?
I don't care. Just tell me and I'll give you the money.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just go ahead and sell it now. But I mean, do you want what do you want? You want the obviously you want the controller and everything, right?
No. Nope.
You just want the drone by itself. That's it.
Yep.
And do you need a battery or you just want the drone?
No, don't need a battery.
Okay.
Check into email him and check into how much it would be because he'll replace that camera for you.
Well, the one of the arms is cracked and what the body's cracked too.
I'm not looking at fixing it. I'm just looking at the.
You want to take the guts out of it?
Well, I've got a few things I want to do to it just to make a video.
Oh, what, to send it back to Ari with the broken drone and keep the good one?
So this is how it
what
came.
he's going to do when he pops that back door.
Can you imagine that?
That's way too big.
Put it in some poor packaging and mail it to Ari, like it's real, and then blame it on the packaging.
And then just write Ari's name on the top of it with a bloody Tipex or some shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know how it got in this condition. I mailed it perfectly. It was in perfect condition when I mailed it.
It's a bloody Australia Post, mate. Go ring them up.
Hey, Ed, is that the cat that had the big ass fight out on your front porch the one time?
Yes, it is.
Where's that chicken shit black cat that ran away? Yours?
He disappeared from the area.
Jeez,
Oh, he
was
wasn't
funny.
your cat? He wasn't yours, Ed?
I don't claim ownership of any of the cats around here other than Alfred.
Whoa, he's one of them.
Okay, that being Alfred.
It's one of them cat people. Oh,
Rumor
okay.
has it that the white
Got a rocking
one
chair out
that
the front.
Alfred
Oh.
tore the shit out of,
Get away from the front door.
And lives in a sewer pipe down the road.
I had an interesting occurrence today.
What'd you run over?
Well, I didn't quite run over it. I kind of lost something.
Your virginity? At this age?
A patient out the back door?
No, I just got back from guiding, and the guys ruined my perfect record for the year. He missed yesterday, and then today, find this big buck that we saw yesterday. I'm like, there he is up on the left. I hurry up. I stopped the truck and I said, get out. I had a big sandbag, a shooting bag up on the hood. I said, get up on the hood. And I hear a thump. And I turn around and look and he's gone. The door's open and he's gone.
He fell out the truck?
He went to step out and missed the running board. And I didn't realize I was as close to this like little embankment as I was.
He went all arco on you.
So he got a little banged up and I had to bring him back. And I pulled in. My boss usually don't have this dry sense of humor, but he said, Ron, did you get one? No. Why are you back? My hunter fell out of the truck. And he paused and he said, did you find him? Yeah. He goes, are you moving? And I said, no. He said, is he walking and talking now? And I said, yes.
A little bit.
And he goes, is there a lawsuit pending? And I'm like, probably not. He goes, he says, okay, I'll talk to you about it at dinner.
Am I looking at a lawsuit? No.
No.
Okay,
that's easy to do, because if I'm driving a truck for a week or something, it's got 4 steps to get into the cab, right? And if for some reason the next day they give me a truck with 5 steps on it, I have in the past missed that bottom step thinking it's the ground.
I have those retractable running boards, and I think he was expecting them to be there, and he tried to get out too fast and it didn't move out. And
So
it was funny as shit. I looked over and I'm like, where'd he go? He's gone.
Shit.
Oh man.
The part that would have scared me is he had his rifle in his hands, didn't he?
I know.
I hope the safety was on. My God.
I hope it was. But
we didn't go
nobody
bang.
Nobody broke anything. Deer got away. But
that's how accidents happen. Isn't it?
Man. Imagine that. He hits the ground, it goes on stock first, or it hits sideways, knocks his scope off, right?
Yeah.
So it's no longer sighted.
It's just funny how my boss, he normally is not like that when he asks those questions. Were you moving? No. Did you find him? Yes.
Yeah, Spanish Inquisition.
Is he still with us?
Yeah.
Is he walking and talking with a limp and a bit of a slur? But yes.
Bit of a slur.
Yeah.
Little limp.
Limp. Lawsuit pending? Probably not. Okay. We're good.
No, just the hole in my tire that you got to replace.
Yeah, because the gun went off.
I had to go through the car wash 3 times to get him off.
It was when you when you backed over him and did it.
We were sneaking through the woods this morning and we found a bobcat. I'll tell you what, those son of a bitches are about as friendly as a scorned woman minus the lipstick. Oh shit, they're mean.
There they are.
A scorned woman minus the lipstick.
Yes.
You heard it first here, folks.
So what's the average weight of a bobcat, Ron?
20 to 30 pounds, I'm thinking.
All right. All I got to tell you is I got some feral cats around here, and they are just cats. But when they got kittens, man, they can reach out with those claws and get damn ferocious. So I can't imagine a bobcat.
Yeah.
We've got bobcats down here, Ed, that they're doing so much. Now, I heard, Ron, because we've got a lot of tortoises and rabbits and stuff and things that go on. I heard that they're supposed to actually clear the ground before they come in with these bulldozers and plant the house there. I don't see them doing any of that shit, to be absolutely honest with you.
They're supposed to.
I don't know where these friggin' animals are going, are moving, are living. They're running out of space.
They're coming to see you. They're coming to see you, Jim.
That's the friggin' squirrels, yeah. Cost me an arm and a leg. Trappers.
Do you have a squirrel problem again?
Yeah.
That's a problem that we've had here for decades. Is Orange County has expanded the county I'm in. They expanded out to the foothills. And for the longest time, they had the bobcats and coyotes coming down. People have been out walking their dogs and stuff. Take them right off the leash. I mean, you'd be walking down the street and they come right out and take them off. Not so much the mountain lions. The mountain lions were raiding in, but it was mainly the coyotes and the bobcats were even coming after the people after their dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I'd heard about the mountain lions.
Dogs in Florida, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the mountain lions, that what they do is that even when you're following in a group, and you're hiking into an area, and most of these wilderness areas that we have around here, you enter in and it's got the whole thing talking about mountain lions, because right after they opened up the one park, this one poor little 3-year-old girl was picked up, taken away, and dragged away.
We have Sasquatches here in Canada. Those things are a bitch. Oh, I may have meant hippies. Damn acid from the 60s and the flashbacks.
There's a YouTube channel called Trail Camera Pickup. It's about a guy down in Florida, down in the Everglades. And he puts his cameras in there for like weeks at a time. And then shows the video and pictures that he gets from down in the Florida Everglades. Holy shit! Everything from bears. You guys call them panthers down there.
Yeah, the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
Florida Panthers. Yeah. They are. They had a huge problem, Ron. Everybody who had that pet snake or that pet iguana and it got too big, and what am I going to do with it now? They dump it in the Everglades.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I worked in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area for a while, you know, and iguanas everywhere. Now, iguanas are not indigenous to Miami, South Florida.
Right.
But Fort Lauderdale is. But
what are the ones with the red head?
They got too big and people let them go. And the damn pythons are huge.
Huge.
They do python roundup.
They're getting huge. They are the only place in the United States, actually, with their own helicopter and ambulance, but the ambulance is not a real ambulance. It's Venom. They're called Venom 1.
Oh, yeah.
And they service the country on snake bites. And it's funny because we have a reptile world out here on the way to Orlando. It's on 528, Ed. The beeline, they used to call it, from the beach to Orlando. And the dude's arms looked like he was burnt up in a fire. And I said, because it's just his forearms, right? I said, what's all that from? That's from being bit by the snakes.
Shit.
He sits there as part of his show and milks them.
What?
He milks the snakes for the venom so he can give it to people like Venom 1 down in Miami.
Yeah, we have a venom.
Like rattlesnakes and water moccasins, I guess.
Share this, mate. Share this.
County here has a venom on control.
You're muted, Jim. This is JDS.
Right. Who was just playing with bananas. What did he do to himself? Jesus.
Ow.
That's a prop. Prop got him. What the hell just fell?
Holy shit.
Oh, man.
That looks like the drone came back and bit him.
He said it was a bear chase. Or did he? I'm not too sure.
Bear chase with a
You should have been wearing a bloody hat.
Props on it.
Look at this thing. Melted cheese together.
Oh. Shit.
Time lapse.
Jesus.
Two-legged snake.
It's Chris Hope. This is time lapse as it's healing up.
You got no stitches on it. My elbow was scraped to the bone. Looked like that.
Oh, the bear.
Oh, this was a real bear attack? That's
Chased by a
August
bear.
4th. August 4th of 2019.
So that was where he raked your skull with the claws, I guess.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was scary.
He says, check out this video when a bear chased me in the woods. Holy shit.
That's why when you're in the woods, you carry a big-ass gun with you.
He came out good, though. It looks like it healed up nicely.
Yeah, it did heal up good.
The elbow one, was he taking a swipe at you, just like the scalp? Wow. That's crazy.
There you go.
That's
And
an
you see that?
experience, no doubt.
JD, what was your 44 mag?
Exactly, Steve.
Man.
Wow.
500 Smith
I
and
mean,
Wesson.
when
That's
I'm
it. That's
looking
it, Chris.
for anything like that possibly around, I'm going to be packing some heat. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah, you were lucky. Because Ron and I, was this last year, Ron? We were watching this video
Oh, he fell while running.
of, wow. And it got you that bad on the elbow. Damn. Remember, the guy
500
saw
Smith
the
and
mother
Wesson, you're right,
bear.
Chris.
The guy saw the mother bear and the cubs. And so he walked away around another trail. But the mother bear came around and found
Oh
him.
yeah,
Like
Um,
chased him
yeah.
and got him.
Not once, but twice. The guy.
No, not
Yeah.
when there's babies around, boy. Mama bear ain't so friendly.
No, this dude saw her with the babies, went off on another trail, and Mama Bear came and found him anyway, took him out, and now he's all bloody and shit, and he's sitting there. You trying to find it, Ron?
Yeah.
Good. He's sitting there, a bloody mess, and he starts taking a video of himself.
Yeah.
The bear found him again.
Yeah, I remember that video. You guys played it
Yeah,
on
he
the
got
show one
nailed.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if you can find
He
that,
got
Ron.
nailed.
I found it.
Nailed.
You did? Good.
I'll share it with you.
All right. That was.
Hey boys, I got to roll. I got so much more to do today. But
What are
Hey.
you buying today?
How did the TV work out? Did you get it delivered and everything?
yes, and it's now I've got the Stanley knife out, and I was cutting up the cardboard and the foam. Oh my god! You know what? It's worth paying $60 for them to come over and put it together for you because they take the packaging away. That packaging is just oh my, it's bloody horrendous.
Look at this dude, man.
Here it is. Here.
Yeah, life sucks in bear country. Just had a grizzly with 2 cubs come at me from about 80 yards, and I sprayed the shit out of her with bear spray, and then I went on my face and protected the back of my neck. She got my head good. I don't know what's under my hat, my ear, my arm.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to look.
Pieces of stuff hanging out. I don't know what's going on in there. And then my shoulder, it's ripped up. I think my arm's broke, but legs are good. Internal organs are good. Eyes are good. I just walked out 3 miles and I went to the hospital. So be safe out there. Bear spray doesn't always work, but it's better than nothing. Yeah.
Damn.
He got hit twice, and that bear went looking for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said the first attack only lasted about 10 seconds, and he was laying there. He said the hardest thing was that he's laying there. He's laying face down on the ground. He's got his backpack up around his neck, and he had blood from his head was running into his eye.
So
And
he couldn't
she's
see.
up on top of him, got still one of her paws on his back. And he said, but every time he let out a noise, it would piss her off even more. So that's why. Can you imagine trying to be quiet as you're being torn apart by a grizzly?
No.
No.
Be crying like a baby.
Yeah.
Please,
That's
God,
over in
don't-
Bozeman. That's only, I don't know, about 3-4 hours from here.
At Montana?
They
Oh,
tell
you're
you
in
to play
Montana?
tag. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard if you play dead, they still, Ron, is this true or not? They'll toss you.
Oh, they'll still play with you to make sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, I think it may change the dynamic if they have cubs nearby, because once they think you're not a threat, they might go back to the cubs.
They do. Yeah, that's what she did. The weird thing is that he, when she left, and then he walked like another mile and the opposite direction. Somehow their sense of smell is just incredible. But she apparently smelled him. It's like, oh, that son of a bitch is still living. I obviously didn't kill him.
God.
She come back and got him the second time, like a half hour later. Yeah, he's walking back to his vehicle. Yeah.
Dude took a whole nother trail, went out of his way to get out of her way.
Yep.
And she went looking for him.
I did the same thing 3 years ago when that black bear charged me. I purposely was heading the opposite direction, and she still come at me. I was 250, 300 yards away. But
and they run at like what, 30 miles an hour or something?
Oh, shit, they cover ground like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bear was gone. Oh my God! Lucky he didn't take your leg with it. Oh,
one of the biggest examples of tell how powerful these grizzlies are. I found a video once. These dumbass Japanese tourists accidentally hit this grizzly bear and ran over it. They had a Chevy Suburban. They ran over the bear. The bear is underneath the vehicle, in between the front and back tire. So it's right dead center in the middle. Think of a Chevy Suburban. That's a big vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Bear's only unconscious. He wakes up. Now he's pissed.
Oh, you showed me that video.
And this vehicle is rocking as he's trying to get out. And the more he's trying to get out, the more angrier he's getting. And when you sit and think about, I don't know, what's the PSI at a big tire like that? Probably 65, 70 PSI, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
When that bear finally got out, he was so angry, he wanted something to latch a hold of. So he grabbed the rear tire, blew it up, bit into it, and then ripped it off.
He was doing this. Yes. Yeah, he showed me that one. He was ripping the tire off the car.
So sit and think about the jaw power. Yeah.
You know,
that's 70 PSI in a tire like that.
You got no hope, have you? Really?
No.
Can you pull that?
No amount of kung fu training is going to get you out of that one.
No.
Shit.
Well, I know up here, even in Yosemite, people come in and then they leave food in their cars, and they've had some really good videos because of the cams. I mean, it's just like these bears will come up to these minivans, you know, with the sliding door on the side, and it's just like they grab a hold of it and then just rip into the side, and they'll just rip that door completely right off the hinges, hop in, go through all the stuff they want, take off, and like if it's while I'm opening my lunchbox.
Matt, I think you could take one of those bears if you take your hair down.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, you just go like this. Don't come near me, Mama Bear. I know Taekwondo.
As I said, he takes the ponytail down, whips his damn hair, he's ready to go.
I leave it in the ponytail and I whip it with that. I go all bloody what's his name? Steven Seagal.
American. I was just thinking about that.
Come and get me.
You go all Seagal on him, huh?
Seagal, motherfucker.
Yeah, you'd need probably a 2-shot 12 gauge. The double barrel.
Here you go, Jim.
You got it.
All right. Hey, I gotta go. Shit, I gotta go. It's 2:00 here. Bloody hell.
Yeah, Matt.
Wait, he's popping it up, Matt.
Yeah, you gotta see this, Matt. This is
there. It is, Matt.
Okay.
He's yanking the tire off the car.
It's a shitty video quad, but watch this vehicle though.
Look at the guy standing there.
Yeah, they think it's real funny at the moment.
Friggin' idiots.
Oh my God, would you be doing that? No.
I'd be gone. First of all, the door would be closed.
Yeah, well,
watch this vehicle start to rock around.
Oh, he ran it over.
Yeah, it was an accident, but the bear's pissed when he wakes up.
Yeah, well, if you were standing there with your ass hanging out like that.
The vehicle's starting to lift up.
It's pretty vulnerable, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, Matt's been like that. He woke up gay.
Yeah, now watch this.
He's like, fuck that tire.
Well, you know the bear's pissed off.
We get a job down the local tire shop.
And let me take out the camera guy while I'm at it.
Oh, no, they're in
No,
another car.
I know. What's that even doing standing there?
No, they're in another car, it looks like.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin. I would have never figured that one out myself.
Captain Obvious.
Whoa, what the hell's happening there, Ron?
Oh,
Did you see that car? That car was just spinning.
oh shit. Well,
What the hell? He must have been doing 100.
It said, yeah.
Stunt vehicle. Anyway, got to roll, fellas. Thanks very much. Hey, see you later, everyone in the chat. Nice to see you again. JDS, yes, see you, buddy.
Do it correctly, Matthew.
Okay.
Do
All
it correctly.
Okay, thanks very much, everybody, for allowing me to.
That I will. I'll be at work Friday, but I will do my best to be in and see what's coming to me.
I've actually given Jim the audio file.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's good.
Have a listen to this.
It's freaking quality.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know that person could do what they do.
Surprise, surprise, hey?
You know, there are some multi-talented people. We never talk about the shit we all know, but
no,
we've got some multi-talented people in the panel and on screen.
See, this is what I did it on.
Is that a Yamaha?
No, it's a Roland. Rolling.
Down the river. Rolling.
What does it matter which one it is if it's at Ron's expense? I mean,
yeah.
Sorry, mate. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. No, it
It's
doesn't
not
really
the
matter.
instrument. It's the man.
It's how you use the instrument. Is
Right.
Yeah.
that way you tell all the ladies, Matt?
Well, no, he sachets away from the ladies.
Whoa. Ring better.
Oh, Jim, did you ever did I send you the texting list that I sent Matt with all the emojis?
Yeah, but do you remember how that bear was planted underneath the car with its ass up? Matt's been in that position before.
So
Yeah,
that's
mine wasn't
under
a
his
car.
bed.
Though. No, it wasn't my car though. It was a pillow on top of my head. Wasn't as heavy.
No, he was doing the old porn thing. He got stuck under the bed.
Yeah. I fell over onto it. Oh.
Get me out! Get me out, stepsister.
Were there beads dangling behind you, man?
They were smacking him, as it were.
Yeah.
On that note, I gotta go.
I don't have time for this right now. As the beads pop out like grapes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
How do you know they make that sound? You see? How did he know that they make that sound? That's what I want to know.
And the last one goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I get Adrian going every time.
Yeah, they get bigger the more you go in.
I can't. Hang on. Justin. Now, we've seen what's in your side cupboard because that was in that little shorts video of yours, right? And that looked like to be one of those man-sized ones, right? It had a smiley face on it. Why am I full screen? I just want to know.
Glasses.
How do you know? How do you know if they get bigger as they go up?
No.
Yeah.
Well, no, you said it, so you must know.
How do you know?
I've just heard things. I don't know.
No, you just don't hear that. Would you hear that in Walmart?
Yeah.
Well,
you
I
probably would.
say, hey, my old lady uses beads. They get bigger as they go up. No.
Yeah, you probably would hear that in Walmart. If you went
in the pineapple section.
in the fruit and veg.
Fruit and
Yeah.
veggies.
Yeah, it's
Because
where
the one
where the eggplants are at.
yeah, that's the ones. Yeah, I know what eggplant is now.
I mean, Matt,
but you know, yeah.
Do we have a Walmart down there?
No, we haven't.
So how do you know what even Walmart is about?
You just crushed an entirely good conversation.
Yeah, I know. I used
we
to
went
stay
from
in-
beads coming out of Matt's ass to Justin knowing the size of the beads, being questioned on how he knows about the beads, and you ask if he has a Walmart.
That I'll just answer you quickly, Ed. I used to stay in the Walmart superstores when I was driving the truck over there, so I sort of know all about. Until I got thrown out of one in Michigan, but anyway, bastards.
What happened in Michigan?
They threw me out of the Walmart superstore, mongrels. I'd gone in there and bought food and shit and what have you, and I'm right down the back of the car park. No one would bother me. I just put my head down. There's a knock on the door. Doot, 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 doot. That was in Flint, Michigan. And I said, what? And he goes, can't park here overnight. I said, oh, fuck's sake. So I ended up going to an abandoned cinema down the road, and that was the first night I saw fireflies. I've never seen them before. I thought I was seeing stars. I thought, fuck, I've hit my head.
I've hit me head. They're 2 feet away.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the first time I saw it. But anyway,
you're quite the world traveler, are you?
I've been out and about, yes, over the years.
Quite the international playboy, ain't he?
Well, that's what the guys say. You know,
I do have one more question, Matt. There you go.
You know those truck stops.
How are the new neighbors?
Hey, my new neighbors suck, brother. They suck.
Really? Not as
there's
entertaining as the last ones?
There's no nudity, no nothing. It's just plain old neighbors. Hi, how are you? Yeah, good, thanks.
Oh, Jesus.
We're just going down to Burger King for dinner. Yeah.
That's the woman.
Yeah.
The burly woman.
Yeah. The bloke's got his hairy
more
chest
hat
rubbing,
under her arms than Matt.
rubbing oil on his chest, his hairy chest. Remember that, Justin? Yeah.
What oil do you use for that, Justin?
Yeah. Is it self-lubing? Warming oil?
Well, it's it's that new KY jelly that's like
he knows the brand name. He knows the brand name.
And it tastes like frosted donuts or donut glaze.
He knows the taste. How many ounces does that tube come in?
Do you put it on your ice cream?
Hold on.
Jim, I love this wide variety of conversation on your channel. You go from what type of rubbing oil should I use to Andrew asking what size mini SD card would you recommend for the Navigator 2?
I would say that to Andrew. A 64 would do quite nicely there, mate.
I'd stay at 64.
Yeah.
And make sure it's a high-speed card, too.
UHS 1, V3, or U3.
I use 128s on all my drones. That way I just don't make any difference. They all go from 1 to 1. Make sure I have enough.
Are we back on that now again? Okay.
I've never used up, and I have that one, that Lexar 1800. I've had that for since 2015.
Well,
That
I've actually got a
freaking
question
card has
about.
never failed.
I've got a question about the size of that thing too, right?
I can imagine you having a question about size. You were born stunted.
Yeah, that's right. Well, stunted in some countries, but in other countries like the pygmy states, I'm quite big. So, you know, potato.
Oh shit.
Justin,
tomato.
Huh? Yeah. Have you ever got it up to the biggest ball on it then?
And how big are the balls?
I mean, it varies. Depends on
Oh, he's got a selection.
What does it vary on? What day it is?
You warm up with the small one first, or you just go straight in to the
you
big
warm
bar?
up with the small one first, and then you work it in.
And what?
The
You
last
work
one's-
it in?
It's about that big.
It's about that big. Can you pull it out the drawer, mate, and show us?
It's like almost like pulling a lawnmower. You just
Yeah.
You just rip it out like that? Oh, Jesus. You must love the gerbils then, huh?
Jesus.
Don't forget the
Oh,
lube.
God.
Down the pet store is the only one salivating at the pet store.
Yeah. New
On that
girlfriend.
note, gentlemen, I have to go.
Oh, cheers, Steve.
Instead of going
Jack,
to the
see
bar.
you, Justin, Ron, Jim,
Oh,
Ed, and
shoot.
everybody in chat.
See you, Steve.
Thank you for having me in. Good to see everybody.
See you, mate. Take care.
Good night,
Take care.
Steve.
I
Hey,
wonder what
Mike Kinney. I was talking about you earlier, man.
I wonder what
Yeah.
Matt's neighbors think about, with his window open and he's talking all this crazy shit.
And they hear this stuff.
Well, when he was out cleaning his pool.
Yeah, well, I'll do that, rain, hail, or shine if there's music going on in the back fence, mate.
Well, that's when that woman was there.
Yeah, I did it.
Not this
I don't
burly
even-
broad you got now.
No. Oh, hi, neighbour.
How are you today?
Yeah. Whoops, my shoulder fell out. Fucking hell, girl.
Now, why won't you go get that out of the side drawer there, Justin? You don't want.
Look, it's just between us because there's bugger all people watching. So
Yeah,
just pull out your anal beads, mate, and show us.
There's like nobody here. It's just between
technical
us.
term. Well, that's it. And I use the technical term because when it comes down to this, I may as well be a doctor because we just confidentiality between us. I won't be telling anybody. We won't. None of us will be telling anybody about this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we're only on a live stream on YouTube. Okay.
The HIPAA laws.
Oh my God.
Health Information Privacy and Protection Act. We'll keep it just among
No,
ourselves.
That's not international laws. Matt's in Australia. That don't count.
no, it is. It does count because we're on the internet, right? And that's international law. The internet covers everything, obviously.
Oh my God.
So just go grab it, mate. It's all right. You can do it. Just clean it off first.
Oh man, wipe it down.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not talk. You had the shit on your finger, so I don't know.
Oh,
Well, no, that's getting off a subject now.
Now,
we
now
won't-
you deliberately took a left.
Yeah, grab a glass of wine.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you go get a glass of wine, mate. The heat's off, Rod.
You notice
Yeah.
we're slowly running everybody off the panel. Steve was like, I gotta go. Now Ron's leaving.
I don't know why we're still live. Maybe we should shut the stream down and
Well,
stay.
I wouldn't be doing that if we're on this subject, mate. That's for sure.
Is he going to take it out of the drawer?
What?
I don't have any in my drawer.
Oh, where are they then? Where did you keep them?
You moved them?
Oh my God.
Did your missus find it and go, "What's this?" And go, "Oh, no, honest, I got rid of it. It's not there anymore."
Honey, I told you it doesn't need batteries.
Yeah, we can do this one. We can do this one analog. That's what we can do.
Batteries are optional.
Really?
Look what they're saying in the chat.
Hey, Ron.
Tim Jackson's here.
Brother.
Look,
There you go, Tim.
Robert Glazier knows what Tim Jackson's talking about.
Tim Jackson,
Cheers,
what's
man.
he doing? David's still alive. Tim Jackson, howdy, hi. Kind of shitty, isn't he?
Because Robert Glazier says, yeah, they're talking about anal crap. Well,
Yeah.
you know, when you get with Justin, that kind of comes up.
It does.
Well, he didn't see the bear. See, Tim didn't see the bear.
No, because he was bum up. But what what does give it away a little bit, I think, that he's hidden it from his wife, and I think I know where he's hiding it because he's constantly got a surprised look on his face. And see, I was like, oh.
Oh my God!
Why are you hiding it from the wife, though? I don't get that. It's like it's just between you and the boys.
What? Oh my God!
A little secret.
Keeping playing that one close to the vest, as they say. Matt has an idea where they're hidden.
Well, he was the one playing stepbrother and stepsister under his bed.
Yeah, but you're squirming in that chair. We see you.
Look at him. He's wibbling. It might be one of those Venoir balls. You know, there's ones that put out a vibration when he's doing it. Is that what you got?
It's not Venoir like Vin Diesel. It's Benoit. Justin has a whole critique on them.
Hang on, let's have a look.
Haven't you seen this short? Yeah.
Benoit balls. Hang on, let's have a look. Benoit balls.
You put your gay voice on there.
Hold on, I put Matt on naked yoga, and this is how I get treated. Let's see how it is.
Yeah. Pipe Dream Fetish Fantasy limited edition glass Benoit balls. $32 off Kogan. $32 off Kogan.
That's a steal, Justin.
That's just a bargain. You could use one of your discount codes on that.
Holiday 15.
Black Friday special. Benoit. Okay, well there you go. I thought it was Benoit. Okay, well how come you knew that, Jim?
Justin told me.
Oh,
no.
Yes.
Back that up. I didn't tell you nothing.
Yeah, good comeback, Jim.
Look at this Benoit balls.
Them.
January mega sale.
Jump on it.
It's a Cyber Monday sale.
Let's have a look. Benoit ball. Oh, look at all this shit on here. Oh my God. You sign up for exclusive offers. What's your email address? What's your email address again, Jim?
Justin at 1863.
Justin at analbeads.com. Exotic 0.75 stainless steel.
The code is Sparky.
Get them the glass ones so when they break, they really feel good.
Oh,
ripping out there.
Is he talking about one guy in one jar?
Oh my God.
What the hell is that?
We can't show that on YouTube.
No, that's disgusting.
Oh, like everything else isn't.
No,
no. You ever watch Two Girls, One Cup, Jim? Oh, we got to go private and show them those ones.
What, 2 girls and what?
2 girls, 1 cup.
Okay, we're going private. All right.
2 girls, 1 cup.
Everybody for coming. I want to say goodnight to. Oh, there's actually 10 people here.
Matt, you've got to play that if we go private. You've got to show Jim and Ron that video. 2 girls, 1 cup.
Don't do it. Pop that up. Don't do it. All right, I'm going to say goodnight to Tim Jackson, Mike Kinney, Robert Glazier, JDS.
Oh, well, you're sort of finishing this right in the middle of it, mate. These people are having a good time here.
Love my drones.
And you're going to end it
in droves. What are you talking about?